And we'll get started as soon as courtroom 2 gets on with us.
Okay, no problem.
Miss Bridgewater, consent orders and whatnot come to you today?
Yes, please.
All right, thanks.
I hope you have a lot of them. I'll take whatever you have.
And Ms. Tucker, if you wouldn't mind telling me which cases you have consents on when you get a moment.
Yes, so right now, personally, just one. Mary may have a couple other. And then I do have one null pros. So the null pros is gonna be position 17, Mr. Greer, and I'll submit that. And then the consent signature bond is going to be position 5, Jennifer Brown.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate it.
Mhm.
Good afternoon, courtroom 2. I hope everyone's well this afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Let's see, are we ready for my announcement?
Yeah, we can start with these ladies right here.
Okay, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the State Court Expedited Accusation Calendar. You have a right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used against you. You have a right to have an attorney present at these proceedings. We're providing you with the assistance of a public defender or conflict defender this afternoon if you do not have a private attorney and wish to utilize their service. Who do we have first?
We can start with position number 8, Ms. Carmichael.
See, and who's representing Ms. Carmichael?
It will be PD Alex.
Is he on?
He's logging on now.
I can do it. The
Or we can Ms. Kim, you wanna start with one of yours first?
yeah, yeah.
All right. We can go with position number 36, Ms. Turner.
Good afternoon, Ms. Turner. You have been charged in case 26 CR 0018887J with battery family violence, simple battery family violence, and 2 counts of cruelty to children in the 3rd degree. Good afternoon, Ms. Stallworth. Is there a history?
No, Your Honor, there is no history in the recommended level of BJR jail.
Good afternoon.
Afternoon, Ms. Evans Battle.
Yes, Your Honor. This incident took place March the 21st of 2026 at 3228 Chestnut Drive in East Point, Georgia. Law enforcement went to the location regarding a physical altercation between parties. The victim in this case is Eric, spelled Eryric, Barber, spelled Barbour. He advised that he had been attacked by the defendant, who is his child's mother, and they co-parent in the same household. He explained that he returned home from a hotel with a female and he had recently began dating. That returning home, they became involved in a verbal argument regarding some personal issues as a result of her hitting him, that he had visible red marks consistent with a bite, approximately a couple inches in diameter, on his forearm, it appeared. There were other marks as well. The bond recommendation in this case is for a $2,500 surety bond. It also indicates that children were present during this altercation, and there is it's broken up as $1,000 on the battery family violence, 500 on the simple battery, and the cruelty to children charges. That it would be a recommendation, Your Honor.
Thank you. If Mr. Eric Barber is on the line and wishes to address the court, now is your opportunity. Does not appear so. Ms. Kim?
Yes, Your Honor. Miss Turner is 25 years young, Your Honor. She was born and raised here in Georgia, and she has been residing with complaining witness who is a child's father. And Your Honor, she intends to move out as soon as this case, as soon as she gets released. She does not want to live with him. She's very frightened of him. And she was doing basically self-defense. However, she's the one who's arrested here in jail. So she's very terrified. This is her first arrest ever, Your Honor. We would like to request her signature on bond. She does have two minor children, one with a child's father, but there's another one that he had. And she completed 12th grade, but she couldn't get her high school diploma, so she is continuously going to Atlanta College for a GED. Your Honor, she has been working as a single mom, very diligent to take care of her children. We ask for signature on bond. She has no objection to no contact, stay away.
Well, the battery will be a $2,000 signature bond through pretrial level 1. For each of the other charges, a $1,000 signature bond through pretrial level 1. Makes for a total of a $5,000 signature bond through pretrial level 1. No further contact with the alleged victim. Stay away from the Chestnut Drive address. She can go back to that address on one occasion with law enforcement to retrieve any belongings. Third-party transfer of any minor children for visitation. No drugs, alcohol, weapons while out on bond. Good luck, Ms. Turner.
Thank you.
Next, we have position number 38, Ms. Weeks.
Good afternoon, Ms. Weeks. You have been charged in case 26 CR 001903L with criminal trespass and damage to property and criminal trespass. Is there a history? Ms. Stallworth?
Yes, Your Honor. Ms. Weeks has 12 cycles total. There are 2 from the DEA. There are 6 convictions outside of the 10-year period. There's currently an open case, 25 CR 008269L for battery, family violence, first offense, 3 counts of that. And it's currently under pretrial, so that will be a bond surrender. The recommended level is level 3, and there was an 04 FTA. Nothing further.
Thank you. Ms. Tucker?
Yes, Judge, that open 25 CR case is against the same victim. It was from December 21st, 2025, and you actually gave him a $6,000 signature bond through pretrial level 2 with conditions no further contact with this victim, and to stay away from 1307 Summit Springs Drive in Sandy Springs. So I believe that is a different location than this incident happened, but it was still, she was supposed to have no further contact with him. In this incident, she did go over to the defendant's home, Alvin Brookins, to collect some of her belongings that she had left there. They have since broken up, are not together, but she wanted him to come get her blanket and a few clothes. While she was there, she was yelling at him, cursing at him, kicked a hole in the wall, then grabbed his Amazon tablet and threw it on the ground. He also captured some video from her doing this and her storming out, saying she was going to break more shit on the way out. Based on that, as well as the prior obviously 6,000 signature bond was not enough to keep her away. We're asking for a $6,000 good bond in this case, 3,000 on each charge, with no further contact with Alvin Brookins, and to stay away from his location at 880 Dunwoody Place. That's apartment 1307. or I think I'm confused. The address, I believe, is the Summit Springs Drive, but it's the Dunwoody Place Apartments. Excuse me. Yes. So the address is the 1307 Summit Spring Drives. It's apartment 1307. It's the Dunwoody Place Apartments in Atlanta.
Thank you. Mr. Alvin Brookins is on the line and wishes to address the court. Now is your opportunity.
Can you hear me?
Yes, Mr. Brookins, if you would like to address the court, we're happy to have you, but I'll need for you to come on camera for me.
Okay. Can you see me, Judge?
Well, unfortunately, I can. Do you have a shirt on?
Oh, I'm sorry, brother. I was good. Hang on one sec, Judge.
Hey, don't talk to the court.
Sorry about that. I'm sorry about that. That better?
Okay. Yes, Mr. Brookins, if you can raise your right
Okay.
hand for me. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Absolutely.
Okay, you can place your hand down, sir. What would you like to tell the court?
First of all, I want to tell the court, it's easy to read. Sometimes you can read charges and, this, that, and the other, and it makes a person, look a lot worse than they really are. Maisha has done some things, uh, and the bigger picture is, she just needs help with other things. She's not a bad person. You see, she has no criminal record at all. She goes to work. She comes straight home. She's not a person that hangs out in the streets, stuff like that. And I just don't want the fact, I want the court to know that just because, we've been through some things that her overall as a person, she's not a bad person. I think what it is she definitely has a drug habit. She smokes marijuana regularly, and that affects her thinking. And you know what I'm saying, I'm always on her about smoking and stuff like that. And when she does, it just and she doesn't do it around me, but it intensifies how she reacts. It comes at first it's verbally abusive, and then sometimes, you know what I'm saying, it gets physical. And so without trying to get myself in trouble, police and say, hey, just leave, things of that nature. But I want to address the no contact. I wasn't privy to be on Zoom the first time when she came in front of you. I had no idea that there was a no contact order in place. I just know that she went, got arrested, she got out, and that was it. And she was on a signature bomb. But I can't blame her for everything because I have called her since. My vehicle broke down. I said, hey, I need you to take me to work a couple of times. Everything's been great. And then other times, you know what I'm saying, throughout the course of us being broken up in a relationship, things have gotten toxic. So I just wanted to, say that and just kind of let you guys know that I don't hate her as a person. You know what I'm saying? She is a very, very good person. All she does, again, is work. She's a mom. She has children, not by me, but it's just sometimes, she has gotten violent. And I think that she just needs therapy, definitely some anger management, and, definitely needs to be tested for regularly for marijuana use. Other than that, I'm not a fear of my life or anything like that. I'm sure just her sitting there today, she has, in fact, today is a work day. It's a possibility she could lose her job. She works at Honda. So I feel that I know she's going through it right now, but she's really not about that life. She's not a criminal at all, but she just have done some bad things, and it's just got to the point to where it's like, hey, you know what? It's either me or you. You know what I'm saying? And this brings us here today.
All right, thank you for being here, Mr. Brookins. Just so you know, she is
No.
under a no further contact with you. So No
Yes,
further
sir.
contact means she can have absolutely no contact. Obviously, no personal contact, no phone contact, no internet contact, no social media contact, no texting, no emailing. No contact whatsoever means no contact. She is already in violation of my order. And although you might not have known about it, I know that she knew about it prior. So just so
Yeah.
that you now, she can have no contact versed on a previous order. Thank you, sir. I appreciate you being here this afternoon.
Thank you, Judge. My pleasure.
Yes, sir. Yes, Ms. Kim.
Yes, Your Honor. My client is 47 years old. She was born in Michigan, but she has been here in Georgia for the last 27 years. And she is currently residing with her 67 years old mother. And Your Honor, um, she will respect no contact, stay away. She does have a minor children. I mean, no, she has two grown-up children. However, one of them, the grandson, she has a full custody, so she has to take care of that baby, Your Honor. She does have a job, um, and Your Honor, she graduated from high school in 1997. After that, she got an associate degree for science. And as he mentioned, she's gainfully employed at Honda. We ask for signature on bond again. No matter what level it is, level 3 is fine. At this point, she has no funds to make any bond payment. If your honor is not inclined to give her a signature on bond because of the previous case, we asked for $2,500 surety bond, which was set by the previous attorney, previous judge at downtown to remain set, Your Honor.
Okay, for the criminal trespass, it's going to be a $3,000 signature bond through pretrial level 3. For the criminal trespass, a $3,000 signature bond through pretrial level 3 makes for a total of a $6,000 signature bond through pretrial level 3. I want her to begin the family violence intervention program. I want her to be assessed for alcohol drug evaluation and any treatment that may be necessary. I want her to have drug and alcohol screens. She is to have no further contact with Mr. Brookings and stay away from his residence. Obviously, no drugs, alcohol, weapons while out on bond. I'm giving you one additional opportunity, Ms. Weeks, because I do not want you losing your job. But if you come back before me again, and I am going to ask pretrial not to surrender that bond that you're currently on. You get one additional opportunity, ma'am. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Next, we'll go to position number 30, Mr. Parali.
This is your client, Ms. Elwanger?
It is, Your Honor.
Yes, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yes, good afternoon, Mr. Parali. You have been charged in case 26 CR 001923E with battery, family violence, and hindering persons making an emergency telephone call. Is there a history, Ms. Stoller?
No prior history, Your Honor. The recommended level is UJR jail.
Yes, Ms. Evans Battle?
I actually have that he's out on that there is a simple battery and there's a bond on that. At this time, if she can look back for me.
I will look back.
Okay, on March the 22nd of 2026, this incident happened at 300 Cedar Knoll Court in Roswell. There was a report of a domestic dispute between a husband and wife who reside in the same home. The reporting party is Parissa Galdieri, and she indicated that her husband and she were having a verbal dispute that escalated into a physical altercation in which he grabbed her arms, he pushed her into the kitchen cabinet, and he took the phone away as she attempted to call 911. The officer was able to observe bruises, red bruises on the inside of her left arm, and the bruises appeared to be fresh, as if they had just been inflicted. There were also bruises on her back as well. as well as a long abrasion. So our bond recommendation is actually for a cash bond. I believe she's the victim in the prior incident as well. And that there be no further contact and to stay away from the location as outlined.
And can you spell the alleged victim's name for me, please?
Her first name is Parisa. Her last name is actually a hyphenated name. It's GHADIRI-NOFEREST.
If that individual is on the line and wishes to address the court, now is your opportunity to do so.
Your Honor, I think I am the interpreter for
Whoop your ass.
Asra Pirali.
Get in there and sit down.
Oh.
I said don't.
Hello?
Okay, well, ma'am, we can hear you, so let's see. I'm happy to, well,
Do
Madam
you?
Interpreter, what language, do you speak English, ma'am, Miss Parazi? Do you
Yes.
need, okay. So,
Yes.
give me a moment, ma'am. Madam Interpreter, is this the case that you thought that you were here on today?
I don't know, Your Honor. I was requested for Persian Farsi for Kasra Pirali.
That is my client, I mean, my former client, private attorney. Yes, he requested Farsi language interpreter because when he gets nervous, his English is kind of like shaky. So that's why we requested.
Okay, so shall I use the interpreter? And if so, has he, someone should tell me at the top of the, at the top of the session that an interpreter is necessary so that we don't have to start all over again if it's necessary. Did he understand the charges and what I advised him of earlier?
He says he understands so
Okay,
far.
would he like to utilize the interpreter?
Do you still want to have that interpreter?
Yes, please.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, Madam Interpreter, if you raise your right hand for me, do you swear or affirm that you will interpret to the best of your ability?
I do, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you. And yes, Ms. Parazi, what would you, and I'm not sure if I've sworn you in, so let me swear you in. If you'll raise your right hand for me. Do you, and you have to unmute yourself as well. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Okay, you can place your hand down. Thank you, ma'am. What would you like to tell the court?
I would like to tell the court that I'm not afraid of him. I want him to come back home. We have a toddler. We have a two and a half year old daughter that we care for, co-parent, and we run a business together. So I think it was just all a misunderstanding, and I'm not afraid. I want him to come back home.
And Parisa, has he ever been arrested?
Let me have her interpret that first, Ms.
okay.
Elwinger.
خب من دوست دارم بگم که من ازش نمیترسم. دوست دارم دادگاه بدونه ازش نمیترسم. ما یه دختر 2 ساله و نیمه داریم و چون که بزنس شریکم هم هست تو بزنس، پس دوست دارم برگرده خونه با هم بچه‌مون رو بزرگ کنیم.
Yes, Ms. Elwinger.
I was asking, Parisa, to your knowledge, has your husband ever been arrested before?
No, he has not.
And so he's never been charged with any crimes against you before?
No crime. No.
Okay.
We've been together since 2016 and never.
Thank you.
And if I just can interject, I
Okay,
did go
hold
back.
on. Let the interpreter interpret.
نه خیر. آیا تا به حال شده، آیا اطلاع دارید که شوهرتون بازداشت شده باشه؟ نه خیر، هیچ وقت. آیا ایشون متهم به هیچ نوع جرم و جنایتی شدن؟ نه خیر. ما از 2016 ازدواج کردیم و هیچ موقع ایشون نه بازداشت شدن و نه جرم و جنایتی کردن.
Yes, Ms. Evans Battle.
My apologies. He does not have a prior history, and so our bond recommendation would be for the $5,000 signature, which would be 25 on the battery, family violence, and 15 on the hindering. And you've heard from the victim as to her wishes. Thank you, Judge.
خب ما دقت کردیم که شما هیچ نوع سابقه ندارید، بنابراین وثیقتون رو 5,000 تشخیص دادیم بر اساس ضمانت امضاتون که 2,500 تاش برای فکر میکنم برای دادگاه خانواده بود و 1,500 یا 2,500 دوم برای اینکه مثلا زدید. و چون که خود قربانی گفته که مشکلی نداره که نزدیکش باشید، پس هیچ نوع محدودیتی برای اونم نداره.
Okay, thank you. And now, Ms. Elwanger, based on what I've heard, unless you have something more you want to tell me, I'm going to have them have no further violent contact and give them a signature bond.
Thank
Is
you, Your
that,
Honor.
is that okay with you?
That is very acceptable.
Okay,
خانم الوانگر، پس حالا که اینجوری هست چون سابقه هم ندارن، پس ما فقط تنها کاری که میکنیم اینه که اجازه نمیدیم که هیچ نوع ارتباط چی میگیم خدا خشونت آمیز نباید داشته باشید و وثیقتون هم رو همون قیمتی که گفتن به ضمانت امضاتون میذاریم.
as such, for the battery will be a $2,000 signature bond through pretrial level 1. The hindering a person, $1,000 signature bond through pretrial level 1 makes for a total of a $3,000 signature bond through pretrial level 1. No further violent contact with the alleged victim, no drugs, alcohol, weapons while out on bond.
خب مبالغ دیگه ایرم رو فرمودن که اینا رو خورد کردن، گفتن که چون که برای کتک یا خشونتی که داشتید، کتکی که زدید، $2,000 هست و از سطح لول 1 حساب میشه. بعد برای فراموش کردم ببخشید، یه چیز دیگرش هم $1,000 هست، بازم لول 1 پریترایل، یه بار دیگه پریترایل $1,000 هست. و چون هیچ سابقه مصرف مواد مخدر و یا الکل ندارید، بنابراین وثیقتون به ضمانت امضاتون خواهد بود.
To you both.
ممنون از هر دوتاتون.
Anything further this afternoon, Ms. Elwanger?
No, Your Honor.
All right, you have a good afternoon.
You
Do we
Your
need?
Honor, can I
Thank
be
you.
dismissed?
Yes, let me hold it. Let me just make sure. Do we need the interpreter for any other cases this afternoon?
Your Honor, we
Okay,
have another interpreter case, but that is, the language is Olaf. It's not Percy.
okay, so we can release Madam Interpreter. Thank you, ma'am. I appreciate you
Your
being
Honor.
here this afternoon.
You're
Have a good
welcome.
afternoon.
Have a good day.
Okay, who do we have next?
Position number 27, Mr. Moss.
Good afternoon, Mr. Moss. You have been charged in case 26 CR 001921G with criminal trespass. Is there a history?
Yes, Your Honor. There are 5 prior arrests. There is an open case 24 CR 007185G for simple assault that was currently on pretrial and will be a bond surrender. The recommended level is level 2. Nothing further.
Thank you. Who's presenting for the state?
Me, Your Honor. Good afternoon. My name is Andy Valladares. I am an intern for the state. I'm practicing under Georgia's Third Year Practice Act. Duly
Yes.
sworn. So if I may proceed. So this
Yes.
incident, thank you. This incident took place on March 23rd of 2026 at 575 Chapel Road Northwest in Atlanta. at Mobile gas station. The defendant had previously gotten in a criminal trespass warning, but had entered the store anyways. This was a gas station, and the prior criminal trespass was for an incident in which the defendant was yelling obscenities and threatening the store clerks. He was eating candy and drinking the soda at the store during this incident, and the officers made contact with the person who called them, Mr. Raul Verma, in which he informed the officer that he had not paid for the merchandise, and he provided the officers with video and a receipt of the cost totaling $5.85. And the defendant admitted to not paying for the merchandise and was arrested. And Your Honor, the state is going to recommend a $1,000 surety bond. BHET, stay away from 575 Chapel Road, and no drugs, weapons, or alcohol.
Okay, thank you. Ms. Kim?
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Boss is 42 years old, and he was born and raised here in Georgia, Your Honor. He does have a really good address. He's not residentially challenged, and he actually helps out his mother, who has a heart problem. He does have two minor children, and they are 8 years old. And Your Honor, he pays a lot of child support. Because of that, he is trying to get his job. However, at this point, he has been unemployed because of some issues. We are going to recommend him for a social worker to have a drug rehab facility instead of going through a different route. And we ask for signature on bond for this criminal trespass.
$1,000 signature bond through pretrial level 2. Stay away from the mobile gas station on Chapel Road. Social worker visit to assess for VHET, no drugs, alcohol, weapons while out on bond.
How
Good
much?
luck.
How much is that amount?
3,000 signature bond through pretrial.
All right, that's got 28 still.
Okay.
Do we have a full of insurance right now?
Yes, good afternoon, Mr. Nayang. You've been charged in case 26 CR 001922C with battery family violence. Is there
I
a history?
apologize, Judge. I'm sorry. I want to make sure the interpreter was on before we start.
Good
Oh,
afternoon.
he needs an interpreter?
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
Full
She's
of.
on.
Good afternoon.
Yes, ma'am. Can you come on video for me?
My name is Saini, interpreter, Wolof interpreter for Shehu Nyang.
Yes, good afternoon, ma'am. If you raise your right hand for me. Do you swear or affirm that you will interpret to the best of your ability?
I do, Your Honor.
Okay, you can place your hand down. Thank you.
Yeah.
Good afternoon, Mr. Nayang. You have been charged in case 26 CR 001922C with battery family violence.
Monsieur Nyang, dañ la indi fii nag parce que da ngaa def crime. Cas numéro cas bi 26 CR 00 19 22 C ci violence de famille.
History, Ms. Stallworth?
Yes, Your Honor. He has 1 cycle from ICE. A recommended level is UJR jail, no convictions.
Thank you. Mr. Valladares?
Yes, Your Honor. So this was an incident between roommates. The victim, Kadeem Keynes, stated that the defendant came up to him while he was sleeping over a rent dispute. The defendant slapped him. The officers noted that there was bleeding on his face and neck. And based on that, the state's going to recommend a $1,000 signature bond, or just a signature bond, my apologies. No further contact with the victim. Stay away from the incident location at 5401 Old National Highway, South Fulton. and 1 day anger awareness.
Madam Interpreter?
dañ la jàpp parce que danga doon am kii xeex ak sa ki nga dëkkal bokk nekk danga kaa mbéj policier wax nañ ne gis nañ deret bi ñu ñëwee fekk nañ fa deret léegi dañuy wax mooy ndax pour nga adresse boobu bul fa demati nga sori fa nit ki nga seqaloon bul am benn contact ak moom ba pare am nga bond.
Kim?
Your Honor, can I verify if that was a signature on bond that ASG Andy Volodere recommended? I couldn't hear clearly.
Yes, he recommended a signature bond.
We have no objection, Your Honor. However, I want to give brief facts about him.
Hold on. Let the interpreter interpret before you go on.
Yes, Your Honor.
moom ndaw si daf doon laaj ndax danga am bond nee nañ waaw danga am bond moo di bokk déggee mooy danga am sàngam boo war a fay pour ñu bàyyi la nga.
Your Honor, Mr. Neon is 26 years young, and he came to Georgia 3 years ago.
Monsieur, I'm sorry, he came to Georgia 2 years ago, you said?
3 years ago.
3 years ago, thank you. Monsieur Niang nag moom 26 ans la am mu ngi ñëw Georgia 3 ans ci ginnaaw la ñëw Georgia.
He was born and raised at Senegal, the country in Africa.
mu ngi juddoo màggee Sénégal dëkk la ci biir Afrique.
And he's education 5th grade elementary school.
mu ngi 5th grade elementary school.
Because he has a family member here in Georgia whose name is Mary Yama.
mu ngi am fii famille Georgia fii am na fi famille membre de famille ku tudd Mariama.
He works at warehouse.
mu ngi liggéey ci warehouse bi.
He's not qualified for public defender services, and yet for the purpose of the bond hearing, I am representing him.
I'm sorry, can you repeat that?
He is not qualified for public defender services. However, I am doing this only for the purpose of the bond hearing today.
waan moom qualifié woon na ko pour am ku koy défendre public mais man dama fi nekk en tant que bond bi ñu wax ne moom la am moom laa koy jàppale.
And Miss Kim, he understands that he's going to have to stay away from that old national highway address. Does he need a one-time escort?
Yes, Your Honor.
ndax comprendre nga ne danga war a sori adresse boobu old highway danga war a sori adresse boobu waroo am benn contact ak moom kii nee na waaw comprendre nga loolu.
Wow.
Yes, I do.
Okay, it will be a $3,000 signature bond through pretrial level 1. No further contact with the alleged victim. Stay away from the incident location. He can go back to that location on one occasion with law enforcement to retrieve any belongings. No drugs, alcohol, weapons while out on bond.
$3,000 moom nga am bond ba pare waroo am benn contact ak nit kooku adresse boobu location boobu danga kaa war a sori bu dee liñ la may pour nga dem si location boobu mooy bu dee dangay dem pour jëli sa bagage te dañ lay boole ak ay officier ñooy àndal pour nga jëli sa bagage amul benn alcool amul benn ngànnaay booy yóbbaale.
Good luck to you, sir.
Madam Interpreter, would you please tell him that he can evict his roommate? I know he is the leaseholder for that place. So if he evicts his roommate, he can go back to his place.
Comme que yow yaa amee lease contrat lease bi comme sa tur la nekk yaa ko signé yow man nga génnee kooku bu dee bëggatoo dëkk moom man nga koy génnee boo ko génnee ba mu ñibbi léegi yow man ngaa delluwaat toog.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, well, Ms. Kim, you make sure that he knows though that if this bond is not modified to allow him to go back to that residence, then he won't be able to go back there. So I don't want him getting in trouble because he's gone back there thinking that he's evicted someone and hadn't properly done it, and tries to go back there, then he's gonna be in violation.
daf la bëgg a xamal rek ne comme kii lu mu wax ne boo ko génnee néeg bi mën ngaa dellu mais bond bi dafa wax ne waroo dem ci location boobu adresse bu waroo faa jege léegi bu dee mën nañu changer bond bi pour nga xam ne yow di nga mën a delluwaat parce que bëggul nga nekk trouble bëggul ngay am jafe-jafe ak ñoom léegi dangay bàyyi ba mu wóor la ne bond bi wax na ne mën nga faa dellu nga mën faa dellu bu dee sax moom génn na kër gi génn na néeg ba tey dangay bàyyi ba mu la wóor nga contacter ñi ba mu la wóor ndax mën ngaa dellu foofu nga doog a dellu mais bëggul nga dugg nga am problème ak ñoom
Talk
comprendre.
to you, sir. Okay, thank you. If we don't need Madam Interpreter for any other cases, we appreciate your help this afternoon. Thank you.
All right, thank you for using our service. Have a great day.
Thank you.
All right, 22, Mr. Joseph next.
And this is Mr. Vixen's case.
Sorry, Judge, was that Brandon Josephs?
Yes, position 22, Brandon
Yes,
Josephs. Okay, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Judge.
Good afternoon, Mr. Joseph. You've been charged in case 26 CR 001889B with battery, criminal trespass, and simple assault. Is there a history, Ms. Stallworth?
Yes, Your Honor. He has 3 cycles total, 1 from Pennsylvania, 1 from New York. There's a 2020 conviction out of New York for assault 3rd degree. There's an open case out of Clayton County for battery. That arrest date was May the 18th of 2025. And there's also an 09 conviction for retail theft out of Pennsylvania. The recommended level is level 3. Nothing further.
Thank you. Ms. Evans-Battle?
Yes, Your Honor. On March the 12th of 2026, officers went to 2601 Roosevelt Highway in reference to an accident. They made contact with Shakila Kendrick. Her first name is spelled Shakiyyla. And she indicated that Mr. Joseph had chased her into her home and attacked her and beat her up while she was there, that he pulled the weave out of her head and messed up her home. She indicated she was leaving the apartment complex and pulled up behind him, and he would not move or go forward in the car. So she just backed her car up and parked her vehicle, walked to the store. When she came back, he was sitting in his car. He began to verbally harass her. When she walked past him, he spit gum out on her. She also had video showing that this, in fact, did occur. And as a result of it, she also had some injuries to her nose and to her lip, as well as the officer was able to observe hair all over the floor of her apartment. Our bond recommendation for the criminal trespass is $1,500, for the battery, $2,500, and for the simple assault, $1,500, which makes for a $5,500 surety bond. No further contact with the victim, Ms. Kendrick. Stay away from the 2601 Roosevelt Highway location address. No alcohol, drugs, weapons while out on bond. Thank you, Your Honor.
Hendricks, I see you on the line. If you would like to address the court, you certainly do not have to, but if you would like to address the court, now is your opportunity to do so. I would need for you to activate your camera and unmute yourself for me. Are you driving, Ms. Kendricks?
Oh, that might be it. Do I need to pull over?
Of course you need to pull over.
I'm sorry. Oh, it's just, okay, there it is. Can you see me?
I can see that you're still driving and you need to pull over.
Yes, sir. I will. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. I just got off work. I do apologize. the lady just called me and gave
Okay,
me.
Ms. Kendricks, I'm not gonna listen to you putting yourself and others in danger. I won't have
Okay.
that. So you pull
I
over
have
and I will come back to
no.
you. Mr.
Her.
Dixon?
I pulled over. My
Judge,
apologies.
would you like me to continue?
Okay. All right.
Yeah,
Yes,
I'm no
ma'am.
longer moving.
Wait,
I'm sorry. I
raise,
just want to say.
hold on, Ms. Kendricks, listen to me. Raise your right hand for me.
Okay.
I believe you. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you can place your hand down. What would you like to tell the court?
Okay. I would just honestly like to tell the court that my initial approach with him, I just wanted everything. I just wanted to be able to discuss things with him. I didn't want things to escalate to this point. The way that he assaulted me has just, I'm literally terrified of him. So I don't know what the resolution will be outside of this. I'm on my way. I'm about to go to the hospital today just so I can have proper paperwork, but the overall scenario just kind of got too far, and I just want to say I wish him the best, honestly, but that's about it.
Who is Mr. Joseph to you?
He lives in the apartment. He lives probably like 3 doors down. I have no relation to him.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate it, you being here this afternoon. Mr.
Thank
Bixon?
you.
Yes, Judge. Good afternoon. This is Mr. Brandon Joseph. He's 39 years old. He lives in College Park. He's lived in Georgia for the last 5 years now. His cousins do live here in Georgia with him. He attended college at Lincoln University. He was working as a service rep at Fluidra until February when he was let go. He's currently working temp work, and while he looks for a more permanent position, he is currently single. He has no children, Judge. I understand that there is the one open case in the cases that the state has mentioned. We are asking for the same thing that pretrial recommended, the level 3.
Okay, for the battery will be a $2,000 signature bond through pretrial level 3. For the criminal trespass, $1,000 signature bond through pretrial level 3. For the simple assault, a $2,000 signature bond through pretrial level 3. Makes for a total of a $5,000 signature bond through pretrial level 3. 8 anger management classes, no further contact with Ms. Kendricks, stay away from her residential address, no drugs, alcohol, weapons while out on bond. Good luck to you both. Anything
Thank you,
further
Judge.
this afternoon, Mr. Bixon?
Judge, that's all I have. May I be excused?
Yes, we'll see you next time.
Have a
Enjoy
good
your
day.
afternoon. Who do we have next?
Give me number 8, Ms. Carmichael.
Good afternoon, Ms. Carmichael. You have been charged in case 26 CR 001907K with battery family violence. Is there a history, Ms. Stallworth?
Yes, Your Honor. She has 2 cycles total. There is an open case 25 CR 002975K for battery family violence first offense, and that is currently under pretrial, so it will be a bond surrender. The recommended level is level 3. Nothing further.
Thank you. Ms. Tucker?
Yes, Judge. That 25 CR case is against this exact same victim. He was given a $2,500 signature bond through pretrial with conditions no further violent contact with Antonio Greer. That was signed by Judge Law. So in this case, we are asking for a $5,000 good bond with conditions no further contact at all and to stay away from 252 Wellington Street in Atlanta. The facts allege that this defendant, Carmichael, was highly intoxicated. The place was a complete wreck when the officers arrived. The victim Greer had called 911 and he reported that Carmichael attacked him, striking him, scratching his face, neck, and chest with her nails. He had multiple visible injuries, including blood and scratches on his face, chest, and neck. Now, this was a dual arrest. Miss Carmichael said that he had hit her, causing a laceration on her ear. At first, she said she didn't know how she got the ear, laceration to the ear. Then she said that he hit her with a pistol, but the way that the cut was, the EMTs determined that that couldn't have happened. So I have submitted a null pros for Mr. Greer's case. So we've determined that Miss Carmichael is the primary aggressor here. So based on that and her prior, we're asking for a $5,000 good bond in this case with no further contact with Antonio Greer and to stay away from that 5252 Wellington Street.
Yes, good afternoon, Mr. Chataya.
Good afternoon, Judge Morrow. Ms. Carmichael is 36 years old, Judge. She is currently a full-time student at CTU online. She's working towards a bachelor's degree in criminal justice and human service. For work, she paints for private events. She has done that for 1 year now, and she also hosts events on a freelance basis. At home, she takes care of her 17-year-old daughter and 5-year-old son, and she's been an Atlanta resident for the past 15 years. No objection to the stay away, Judge. She informed me that she can stay at her mother's address in Decatur, and she gave me that address as well. And she informed me, Judge, that she cannot afford any bond amount at this time. So she's asking this court to grant her the lowest possible amount. She'd like to ask for a signature bond. I'm not sure if that's allowed under the UJR statute at this point, if it's a repeat offense, but she would like to ask for the lowest bond amount.
The Wellington Street address, is she gonna need to go back there to retrieve belongings?
Yes, Judge. She would like to go there to with a police escort.
Okay. It will be a $2,000 good bond, no further contact with Mr. Greer. Stay away from the Wellington Street address. You can go back to that address on one occasion with law enforcement to retrieve any belongings. I want her to have an alcohol drug evaluation and any treatment that's necessary. No drugs, alcohol, weapons while out on bond. Good luck to you, Ms. Carmichael.
All right, let's go number 10, Ms. Cole.
Okay, is Mr. Greer, has he been released or is he in there? His case is being null pros, so we don't need him this afternoon.
Who is this?
Position 17, Mr. Gear, the co-defendant in this case, his case is being null pros, is my understanding, so we're not gonna need him this afternoon. Is that right, Ms. Tucker?
Correct.
Okay.
All right, and tell me where you want me to go now?
Number 10, Ms. Cole.
Okay, thank you. Good afternoon, Ms. Cole. You have been charged in case 26CR001894Y with battery family violence. Is there a history, Ms. Stallworth?
Yes, Your Honor. There are 6 cycles out of the state of California. There's a 2015 conviction for deliver cell phone to inmate and a 2013 conviction. The recommended level is level 1. Nothing further.
Thank you, Ms. Tucker.
Yes, Judge, we're asking for a $2,500 good bond with conditions no further contact with James Shelby and to stay away from 5501 Glenridge Drive in Sandy Springs. The facts allege that there was an argument between the victim and the defendant. They were dating and living together. Argument over dinner. This defendant ended up throwing the cooked fish on the ground and chucked a set of keys at him so hard it caused visible bleeding on his back. We did speak with this victim. He confirmed the events in the warrant. He said there is a domestic violence history. He says she's done this a bunch of times. The police have been called a bunch of times, but arrests are just not made. He says things are getting worse. He wants her to get help. He says his son has started living with him, does not want his son to be around her with her current behavior. He definitely wants a no further contact and a stay away from the home. The son is his, not hers. So no further contact and stay away from the home should be sufficient to keep her away from him.
Okay, let's see, Mr. Shelby, I see you on the line. If you would like to address the court, now is your opportunity to do so. You certainly do not have to, but if you would like to, you'll have to unmute yourself, activate your camera for me. Doesn't appear so. Mr. Jataya?
Yes, Judge. Ms. Cole would like to request the lowest bond amount possible. She'd like to request an SOB. She is 39 years old, Judge. She's been living in Atlanta for the past 39 years. Sorry, for the past 5 years, excuse me. She hasn't been working since moving to Atlanta because she's suffering from kidney failure. So she has to go to the hospital regularly. She goes to dialysis 3 times a week, and she has a transplant evaluation scheduled for this Friday. In terms of her schooling, she was able to get a GED. Given her condition, Your Honor, I would ask this court to consider the lowest bond amount possible.
Yeah, $3,000 signature bond through pretrial level 1. No further contact with Mr. Shelby. Stay away from the Glen Ridge Drive address. If needed, one-time escort to retrieve any belongings, a police escort to retrieve any belongings. No drugs, alcohol, weapons while out on bond. Good luck to you, Ms. Cole.
And then the court team, Ms. Everhart.
Yes, good afternoon, Ms. Eberhardt. You've been charged in case 26 CR 0018888G with simple battery family violence. Is there a history?
No prior history, recommended level 1.
Thank you, Ms. Tucker.
Yes, Judge. We're recommending a $1,500 signature bond through pretrial level 1 with conditions no further contact with Shannon Williams and to stay away from 229 Maris Brown Avenue in Atlanta. That's just based on the lack of history, as well as there were no visible injuries in this case. We have not been able to speak with the victim, so to be safe, we are asking for no further contact and to stay away from this location.
Tell me the alleged victim's name again, please.
Shannon Williams.
If Ms. Shannon Williams is on the line and wishes to address the court, now is your opportunity.
Yes, I'm on the line, Your Honor.
Would you like to address the court this afternoon? If so, I'll need for you to come on camera.
Okay.
All right, yes, ma'am. If you raise your right hand for me. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Thank you, ma'am. You can place your hand down. What would you like to tell the court?
The stay away, I don't think that'll be possible because she reside here. I'm her legal guardian. What I would like to see happen is she get into anger management because this been ongoing. Her putting her hands on me, want to fight with me due to a cell phone her friend gave her. I feel like Jemai do not need a cell phone. As long as she has a cell phone, it is gonna be ongoing. But I don't wish for her to stay away. But I do wish that no further physical contact.
Okay. And when you say you're her legal guardian, is that what you told the court?
Yes.
Okay. Yes, ma'am. Thank you for being here this afternoon. Yes, Mr. Chataya.
Yes, Your Honor. Miss Eberhard is 17 years old. She's currently in the 11th grade. She's been a lifelong resident of Atlanta. And I got in touch with Miss Williams, whom we just heard from now. And sent her the Zoom link, and she agreed to sign Miss Eberhard out of jail if necessary, if this court requires a parent or guardian co-signer. So no objection to the state's recommendation of a 1,500 SOB judge. However, I would object to the no further contact and stay away recommendations because my client lives at that address.
So she's in the 11th grade. Is she in school? Is that
Yes.
what you told me?
Yes, she's in school, Judge.
Ms. Williams, does she have any activities that she participates in school?
No,
Does she have a job after school?
no,
How does she spend her free time?
on her cell phone.
Okay. It will be a $3,000 signature bond through pretrial level 1. I want her to have 10 weeks of anger management. I want her to have a curfew. She is to be in by 9 p.m. and she cannot leave out again until 6 a.m. I'm going to order that she stays in school and attends regularly. She is to have no further violent contact with Ms. Williams. And of course, no drugs, alcohol, or weapons while out on bond. Okay, good luck to you
Your Honor.
both. Yes, ma'am. Who do we have next there?
Number 13, Mr. Dixon.
Good afternoon, Mr. Dixon. You have been charged in case 26 CR 001897F with criminal trespass and one other misdemeanor offense. Is this a case that we're going to need to hold until the end of the calendar?
Yes, Judge.
All right. So we can hold Mr. Dixon's case until and have someone else, please. I see Nalima Masuram. Are you an attorney, ma'am?
No, sir. I'm for Satigari Preetham. I'm here for
Okay.
Satigari. Yeah.
Is
I'm his wife.
Preetham?
Yes.
Do we have a Preetham on the calendar? Oh, yes, I see. Okay, yes, ma'am. I will be with you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Who we have next?
Number 15, Mr. Escobar.
Good afternoon, Mr. Escobar. You have been charged in case 26 CR 001925D with simple assault. Is there a history, Ms. Stallworth?
Your Honor, he has 5 cycles total, 1 from ICE. There's a 2010 alien removal under Section 212 and 237, an 09 conviction out of Cherokee County for bail jumping, an 09 also out of Cherokee for fleeing or attempting to elude and willful obstruction of law enforcement officers. There is an 09 conviction out of Cobb for giving false name, burglary, unlawful for any person to purchase, possess, or have under his control any controlled substance, and driving without a valid license. There is an 06 DUI out of Roswell and FTA out of Cherokee in 09. The recommended level is level 3. Nothing further.
Yes. Yes, Mr. Velarde.
Yes, Your Honor. So this incident took place on March 22nd of 2026 at 10885 Indian Village Drive, in which officers responded to a domestic dispute call. The officers made contact with the defendant, and the defendant stated there was an argument that led to the victim throwing water on him, but the officer observed nothing on him, to which he responded that he would change shirts. The victim told the officers that he had been drinking all day, and they got into an argument which led to the defendant approaching her in a manner that made her feel as though he was going to choke her. In response, the victim tried gathering her things to leave the house. And Your Honor, given that this is a domestic violence case, the state is concerned with the potential that the defendant may return and intimidate or even harm the victim. And based on these facts, the state is going to recommend a $3,000 surety bond, no further contact with the victim, stay away from the incident location at 10885 Indian Village Drive, no drugs, weapons, or alcohol with random screens.
What is the name of the alleged victim?
I believe it is Ms. Frances Zapata. Give me just one moment just to confirm that. Francisca Zapata. My apologies, Your Honor.
Okay, if Francisco Zapata is on the line and wishes to address the court, now is your opportunity. Does not appear so. Good afternoon, Mr. Bennett.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. I do represent Mr. Escobar. He is 40 years old. He's lived in the state of Georgia for 25 years. He does have two young children, ages 2 and 4. They are not the alleged victim in this case's children. They are from a different relationship. The 10855 address in Alpharetta is actually his address. He rents that property and his two children live there. The alleged victim in this case previously lived there. It's my understanding she has already moved out along with her two children, 115, 17, that were both his, I suppose, stepchildren, but she no longer resides at that address. I do not believe she needs to return to the address for any reason. We would therefore respectfully request that the stay away provision not apply in his case since she's already moved out. He is a construction contractor. He's employed. He owns his own business in the glass installation subsection or subset of the residential construction. And of course, we're amenable to the no contact provision. I don't think these two parties have any reason to have any further contact with each other. I would note for the court that he is the one who called the police. The fact this is a simple assault allegation indicates that there was no physical contact between these parties. It sounds like from the initial outcry actually made by him, there could also have been a companion charge against her. Obviously, we're going to need to see that. He's innocent until proven guilty at this point. I don't want to litigate the case in front of Your Honor. We're just asking that the court enter what the court would deem to be a reasonable bond under the circumstances. I will be representing him going forward. He is not a flight risk. There's no concern about him not appearing in court. Having representation goes a long way, especially for someone like Mr. Escobar facing criminal charges. There's a lot of fear that goes along with them. I'll leave it at that, Judge. We're just requesting a reasonable bond in the court's discretion.
It will be a $5,000 signature bond for pretrial level 2. No further contact with the alleged victim. He can go back to the Indian Village Drive location with law enforcement to confirm that Ms. Zapata does not reside there. If she is not residing there, then he can remain there. If she does still reside there, then he must collect his belongings and find somewhere else to reside in the meantime. No drugs, alcohol, weapons while out on bond. Good luck to you, Mr. Escobar. Anything further, Mr. Bennett?
No, sir. Thank you, Your Honor.
Have a good afternoon. You're welcome.
You as well.
We have 32, Mr. Sadigar.
Good afternoon, Mr. Sadagari. You've been charged in case 26 CR 001926Y with driving under the influence of alcohol less safe and driving under the influence of alcohol per se. Is there a history, Ms. Stallworth?
No history. Recommended UJR jail.
Seven's battle.
Yes, Your Honor. This incident occurred between the hours, well, I guess on March the 22nd of 2026. He was located at Medlock Bridge Road and Finley Road in Johns Creek. It appeared that he was on the roadway and that he was passed out on the driver's and was sitting in the driver's seat on the side of the road. When the officer found them, they were able to look at the flock cameras and determine that he had been driving the vehicle on the public roadway. He had manifestations of impairment, droopy eyelids, slow reaction to questions, slurred speech, bloodshot, watery eyes. They attempted to do some standard field sobriety testing to determine whether or not he was able to drive on the roadway, and they also did a PBT sample at the scene, which he was positive on that screen. Our bond recommendation at this time is for $2,500 as to each count. That would be a $5,000 good bond, no alcohol, drugs, or weapons while out on bond. And that would be our recommendation, Judge. Thank you.
Thank you. Ms. Kim?
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Sadegari, 25 years old, and he is from India about 3 years ago. He is currently residing with his legally married wife, and he does not have any child at this point. Your Honor, he was not driving. Actually, he was sleeping because he knew he was not supposed to drive. So he was not driving, Your Honor. Please, he has no previous history, and we would like to request for a signature on bond. If Your Honor is not inclined to give him a signature on bond, we ask for a maximum $1,000 surety bond. He came here after the marriage. He got master's degree from Sydney, Australia, Victoria University. He does have an appliance information technology degree, and however, at this point, he is currently driving Uber, and he was not driving. We would like to, and actually, there was a cousin who came to pick him up, and we would like to request for signature on that. Thanks.
For each charge will be $1,000 good bond, makes for a total of a $2,000 good bond. No drugs, alcohol, weapons while out on bond. Good luck to you, sir.
Your Honor, can it be sheriff's 10% program? This is his first arrest ever, Your Honor.
That's fine with the court.
All right, next we got 24, Mr. Lash.
Thank you. Good afternoon, Mr. Lash. You have been charged in case 26 CR 001906F with theft by shoplifting, willful obstruction of law enforcement officers, and giving false information to law enforcement. Is there a history, Ms. Stallworth? Do I mute there, Ms. Stallworth?
My apologies. He does have 30 cycles total, 25 from North Carolina and 3 from New York. There are 12 convictions outside of the 10-year period. There is an open case, 26 PI 001325 for theft by shoplifting and giving false info. That is currently under pretrial, so it will be a bond surrender, and the recommended level is level 3. Nothing further. Oh, and he was on the RAP services list this morning.
Thank you. Ms. Evans-Battle?
Yes, Your Honor. In this particular instance, after having been released from his felony and bond, it appears that he went back to the Walmart at 844 Cleveland Avenue and was again taking items of tools, food, clothes, grooming material. Once there, the police saw him. He ran from the police. Once they caught him, he gave the name of Xavier Arnold, which is not his name. And he had, we're asking for a bond in this case of $1,000 as to each count. That would be a $3,000 surety bond in this case, in that he would likely reoffend again since he was just released and alleged to have taken $900 worth of merchandise from this particular store. Stay away from the Walmart located at 844 Cleveland Avenue. No alcohol, drugs, or weapons while out on bond.
Thank you. Ms. Kim?
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Lash is 63 years old, and Your Honor, he has been here in Georgia about a year. He does have he's currently residing at senior housing, and it's called the Trinity Tower in Atlanta. And Your Honor, his family owns a car wash near Virginia Avenue, so he works there for part-time, and he gets main income is a Social Security income. He does have a lot of medical condition, so he has to go out and go to Grady to take care of his cracked ribs, and he has a lot of pain. Your Honor, we would like to request for a signature on bond. If Your Honor is not inclined to give him a signature on bond because of the current open case that he is presumed to be innocent, we ask that $300 surety bond to remain set, which was already issued at downtown. Thank you, Your Honor.
For the theft, it'll be $1,000 good bond. For each of the other charges, a $500 good bond makes for a total of a $2,000 good bond. I want a social worker to visit with him to assess for a BHET. He is to stay away from that Walmart on Cleveland Avenue. No drugs, alcohol, weapons while out on bond.
Your Honor,
If
can
you-
it be a charity 10% program for him, please?
No, because I want to see him back at the SAP calendar if he cannot get out, because something is obviously going on with him that we need to assess so that he doesn't keep coming back. So the SAP calendar will be on April 7th if he does not make bond, and at that time I'll reconsider the bond, but we need to see what's going on with him. Good luck to you, Mr. Lash.
All right, let's go number 2, Mr. Bateman. Come on, Mr. Lash.
And Judge, I believe he's position 2, 3, and 4.
Oh, thank you, Ms. Tucker. Good afternoon, Mr. Bateman. You've been charged in case 26 CR 001915A with criminal trespass and damage to property and disorderly conduct. In case 26 CR 001916A, simple battery. And in case 26 CR 001917A, terroristic threats and acts. Is there a history, Ms. Stallworth?
Yes, Your Honor. He has 31 cycles total, one from the state of Florida. There's a 2019 conviction out of Clayton County for stalking. There is an open case, 26 SC 000757 for robbery by intimidation. There are 10 convictions outside of the 10-year period. There is 5 different FTAs beginning in 04 up until 06. The recommended level is level 3. Nothing further.
Thank you. Ms. Tucker?
Yes, Judge. I'm going to talk first about positions 2 and 3 because they both involve the same victim. In these cases, I'm asking for a $1,500 good bond on the criminal trespass and a $500 good bond on the disorderly conduct for a total of $2,000. And then on position 3, I'm asking for a $2,500 good bond. And all of these with conditions: no further contact with Yolanda Dowdy, and to stay away from her location at 953 Washington Street in Atlanta. The facts alleged in position 2, the defendant and the victim had dated very briefly in the past. We did speak with the victim. She said only about a month. And she's only known him for a couple of months. But after they broke up, he still comes around her place, causing disturbances. On this day, he came over and was yelling and cursing outside her door. She told him to go away, and he threw a glass bottle at her front living room window, smashing it. She, in the second position, the simple battery, she was out walking her dog when he came up to her, started arguing with her, and struck her in the back of the head. She had to mace him as a result to keep herself safe. We did speak with her. She confirmed the events in both the warrants. She said the apartment complex did pay for the window damages, but she just has severe concerns for her safety because this defendant has drug concerns. He abuses drugs. He's stolen a lot of her stuff, small stuff like perfumes. But he just will not stop harassing her. Most recently, the last threat was in February, where he threatened to beat her ass and knock her teeth out. So for those reasons, we're asking for that. It's a total, 2,000 total on the position 2, 2,500 total on position 3, with absolutely no further contact and stay away. Would you like to go ahead and rule on those, or would you like me to roll into position 4?
Go on to position 4, please.
Okay. In position 4, this is another victim, Miss Gladys Nash. She went and took a private warrant out alleging that this defendant constantly came to her house, to her door, knocking and threatening her, including threatening to burn her while holding a gun and threats to slap her in the face. We also spoke with this victim. She confirmed the events in the warrant. She said during the cold nights, she did allow him to sleep in one of her cars in the driveway. Since then, he still comes around cursing her out. She says he likes to fight women, disrespect elders, and harass people that are weak. She wants him to get help with his drug addiction and possible MH help as well. She definitely wants no further contact and a stay away, as well as an MHET and an ADET. In that case, I'm asking for a $2,500 good bond with no further contact with Gladys Nash and to stay away from her location. That's 35 Ormond Street in Atlanta.
Let me start with Ms. Dowdy. Ms. Yolanda Dowdy, if you're on the line and wish to address the court, now is your opportunity to do so. On to Ms. Gladys Nash. If Ms. Nash is on the line and wishes to address the court, now is your opportunity to do so. Mr. Chataya?
Yes, Judge. Mr. Bateman is 50 years old. He's a lifelong resident of the Atlanta area. For work, he picks up trash. He's been doing that for the past year. He goes to private residences and collects trash for money. He has, in terms of his schooling, he made it as far as the 11th grade. Currently, Your Honor, he's also taking care of his mother at home. She's 84 years old and needs care and attention. Right now, his sister is taking care of the mother, but usually he's the one who does it. He also informed me that he's recovering from a drug addiction. He goes to drug classes and he also sees a therapist. He's been doing that for a couple of months now. He asked that this court consider the lowest bond amount possible. I didn't quite get the stay away address for position number 4. I believe my client's address is 35 Armour Street, ARMOUR. I'm not sure if that's what the state.
No,
a different address. Okay.
They sound similar, but we're asking 35 Ormond Street, ORMOND.
Ormond Street. Okay. All right. No objection, Judge. No objection to the stay away condition. And the defense asked the court to consider the lowest bond amount possible.
Okay, on position number 2, the criminal trespass, $1,000 good bond. The disorderly, $1,000 good bond makes for a total of a $2,000 good bond. I want him to have a social worker visit to assess for a BHET and any housing issues. No further contact with Ms. Dowdy. Stay away from the Washington Street address. He's to continue with any existing drug and alcohol treatment. No drugs, alcohol, or weapons while out on bond. For position number 3 will be a $2,000 good bond. Ms. Bridgewater, with all of the same conditions as for position number 2.
Okay.
And for position number 4 will be a $2,000 good bond. No further contact with Gladys Nash. Stay away from her residential address. Social worker visit for the BHET and housing, and to also continue with any existing drug and alcohol treatment. And no drugs, alcohol, or weapons while out on bond. Good luck to you, Mr. Bateman.
Will be number 7, Mr. Campbell.
Good afternoon, Mr. Campbell. You have been charged in case 26 CR 001910D with battery. Is there a history, Ms. Stoller?
Yes, Your Honor. There are 11 cycles. There's a 2025 conviction out of Cobb County for willful obstruction of law enforcement officers. He is currently on probation out of Fulton, case number 24 SC 006206 for possession of cocaine. Also on probation out of Cobb County for aggravated assault, cruelty to children 1st degree, cruelty to children 3rd degree, willful obstruction of law enforcement officers, aggravated stalking, and terroristic threats and acts. There's a 2019 conviction out of Douglas County for forgery first degree and a given false name, and another 2019 conviction out of Cobb County for theft by taking. There's a 2025 FTA out of Fulton, and the recommended level is level 3. Nothing further.
Thank you, Ms. Tucker.
Yes, Judge, we're asking for a $2,000 good bond with conditions no further contact with Mahian Randolph, as well as to stay away from 4917 Lower Elm Street in South Fulton. These facts allege the defendant came over to the victim's house. They were friends around in the morning. At around noon, an argument ensued due to the victim refusing to give him money for gas. He asked the defendant to leave his apartment twice, but his car was out of gas in the driveway. So when the victim went to take pictures of the car so that they could get it towed, the defendant came up and started attacking him. We did speak with Mr. Randolph. He said he had called the police earlier and asked for him to be criminally trespassed, but he came back later trying to act cool. He said things escalated. He refused to leave, and he says he attacked him from behind with a metal blade on the shoulder, back, and face. So between the violence alleged in the facts, victim contact, as well as that super recent FTA out of Fulton County, we're asking for a $2,000 total good bond, no further contact, and stay away.
Mr. Randolph is to address the court now. Opportunity. Mr. Chataya.
Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Campbell is 28 years old. He's lived in Atlanta for the past 10 years now. Later this week, he's supposed to start working at Amazon as a material handler. Prior to that, he was unemployed, and he informed me that he cannot afford the bond amount that the state is asking for. He requests a signature bond, and he told me that he's at risk of losing his home and his belongings if he isn't released sometime soon. He's also a third semester student in business administration at Bryan University as well. And for those reasons, the defense urges this court to accept the defense recommendation of a signature bond.
All right, will be a $2,000 good bond, no further contact with Mr. Randolph, stay away from the incident location, 5 anger management classes, no drugs, alcohol, weapons while out on bond. Good luck to you, Mr. Campbell.
All right, number 18, Mr. Hare.
Good afternoon, Mr. Hare. You have been charged in case 26 CR 001876B with battery family violence, cruelty to children in the 3rd degree, and simple battery family violence. Is there a history, Ms. Stoller?
Yes, Your Honor. He has 4 prior arrests. He's currently on probation out of Bartow County for criminal trespass, family violence, and simple battery. There's a 2024 conviction out of Fulton, 24 CR 000992D for battery. There's a 2018 conviction out of Gwinnett for DUI drugs. The recommended level is level 1. Nothing further.
Ms. Evans-Battle?
Yes, Your Honor. This incident happened December the 7th of 2025 at 3669 MLK Junior Drive Southwest. There was an argument between Mr. Hare as well as Jalea Sinex. Her name is spelled Jaleeah, last name Sinex. She indicated that he snatched the baby that she was holding from her. They have a 3-month-old. PH is the child, and that he pushed her against the door. He dragged her by the hair. He bit her arm. Her finger was injured as a result of this, and that he threw her across the house in front of the child. He was looking for his gun during this event and threatened to shoot her in the face with it when he found it. He took her cell phone and keys, which were returned later by his mother. The 2024 case involved her as the victim in the case as well. We are asking that bond be set in the amount of $6,500 as a cash bond, $3,500 on the battery, $1,500 on the criminal cruelty to children charge, as well as the additional charge. We are asking that there be no further contact between the parties, that he stay away from the location, that there be third-party transfer involving the child. No alcohol, drugs, or weapons while out on bond. Thank you.
If Ms. Sinex is on the line and wishes to address the court, now is your opportunity. Mr. Chataya?
Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Hare requests the lowest bond amount possible. He's 28 years old. He's lived in Atlanta for most of his life, I think since he was 10 years old. He's been a forklift operator for the past 8 years, so he has had stable employment. He also has family members living in the area, including his mother, uncle, and sister. And he is a high school graduate, Judge. For those reasons, the defense requests the lowest bond amount possible.
All right, there will be a $2,000 good bond for the battery, $500 good bond for each of the other charges, makes for a total of a $3,000 good bond. I want him to begin the family violence intervention program. No further contact with Ms. Sinex. Stay away from the Martin Luther King Drive address. If necessary, he can go back to that address on one occasion with law enforcement to retrieve any belongings. Third-party transfer of any minor children. No drugs, alcohol, weapons while out on bond. Good luck to you, sir.
Still in the middle. Number 26, Mr. McCarthy.
Good afternoon, Mr. McCarthy. You have been charged in case 26 CR 001911F with simple battery family violence. Is there a history, Ms. Stallworth?
Yes, Your Honor. He has 8 prior arrests. He's currently on probation out of Rockdale County for a DUI. That sentence date was February the 13th of 2026. There is an open case in Fulton 26 SC 001166 for robbery by intimidation, abuse, neglect, or exploitation of disabled elderly person. Another open case 26 PI 000788 for battery family violence first offense and financial transaction card fraud. There's also a case that's in dormant status, case number 25 CR 000978F for DUI. There's a 2026 FTA out of Rockdale, a 2025 FTA out of DeKalb, and a 2025 out of Fulton. The recommended level is level 3. Nothing further.
Thank
And
you.
I'm sorry, he was on the RAP services list this morning.
Thank you.
And
Ms.
this
Evans
is-
Battle?
And this is for Ian McCarthy.
Yes. 26.
March the 20th of 2026, it appears the officers went to 2877 Kimmeridge Drive in East Point. They were able to speak with a Michael Wilson who was standing at the door, and Mr. McCarthy was actually laying on the floor, passed out, intoxicated. Mr. Wilson, who's the victim in the case, said that he returned home around 2 a.m. and found Mr. McCarthy, who is his roommate, heavily intoxicated in the kitchen with a bottle of vodka sitting on the counter. He advised that they went to a bedroom and they were watching a movie. And then Mr. Wilson got up from that location and went to the restroom. And while in the bathroom, Mr. Wilson came in there and said, "Why are you urinating on a girl?" And Mr. Wilson then at that time was pushed by Mr. McCarthy with both hands, causing him to fall on the tile floor. Thereafter, Mr. McCarthy took his cane and exited into the hallway. Our bond recommendation for this case is for a $1,500 surety bond that he has no further contact, that he stay away from the location. We are asking the court to consider him having an ADET. He does have a history of DUI, and this was an alcohol-involved incident, that he have no alcohol, drugs, or weapons while out on bond. Thank you.
Yes, Ms. Kim.
Yes, Your Honor. I believe his roommate, Mr. Michael Williams, on the line. Your Honor, they have been roommates for the last 3 years. And Mr. Ian McCarthy is 33 years old, and they've been living there together. He does have a good, solid email address, mailing address, and phone number contact. Indeed, he is wanting to go back to his rehab, where he will be treating his alcoholism, Your Honor, and he does need to. He really needs to go and meet his doctor, which is very, very important for him, so he can return back to school, and also he needs to get his medicine refilled. Your Honor, I believe that he graduated from high school in 2010, and he went to college, Georgia State University, for biology. Right now, he's still going to school. He's a sophomore at this point, and because of disability, he's not able to work at this point. So he doesn't make any income. We would like to request for the lowest possible bond, if Your Honor is not inclined to give him a signature on bond because of previous history. We prefer to get a signature on bond through pretrial level 3, no matter what it is. He is willing to get treatment, get his medical medicine, and get his life back together. We ask for the lowest possible bond.
Mr. Wilson, if you'd like to address the court, now is your opportunity to do so. I'll need for you to activate your camera if you choose to address the court this afternoon.
Yes, I would like to do that. Let's see.
Okay.
Some technical. Oh, there we are. There we go.
Okay. If you can raise your right hand, for
I
me,
will do
please,
that.
sir. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Okay, you can place your hand down. What would you like to tell the court?
Okay, I know how this sounds, but Ian actually is a fine and good person deep down. His one of his few flaws is that he drinks alcohol. He never acts this way when he doesn't drink alcohol, and I think it would be really a tragedy to put him away, incarcerate him somewhere, because he has so much to give to us, you know. So I would encourage people to maybe try to get him help. I don't know how to do it. I don't really have the money, and I don't know, exactly where to go. So if you could please maybe find someone who can help him, that would be my preference.
Do you want to have contact with him and have him return to the residence or not?
But it's difficult because we go to the same support group, and I don't want to deny him that. I feel okay when I'm in public, but when he's here and I'm here and we're alone, I feel very threatened. So I don't want him to be here.
Okay. Thank you, sir. I appreciate you being here this afternoon.
Thank you.
Your Honor, may I speak, please?
I strongly.
I understand. I waived my right.
Okay, hold on, Mr. McCarthy. Let me just tell you, you have a right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used against you. Just know that quite often people want to tell me something or want to say something that they think is in their best interest, and it happens not to be. You also have solicitors here that are prosecuting you, that are listening to everything and taking it down that you have to say. So, with that said, if you want to address the court, go ahead.
I wish only to say that my alcoholism has been a problem for a number of years. with the recognition that I have open cases where I'm presumed innocent, I will state only that I have only ever been arrested for either when intoxicated or because of a warrant emergent from a period in which I was intoxicated. I really wish to speak only to the bond amount. I am completely destitute at this time. I have an appointment at 11 a.m. tomorrow with my psychiatrist to speak about these issues in particular, to get back on medication and get to a referral to an inpatient treatment program for alcoholism. So, with the recognition that I have a number of pending cases and you're likely not naturally inclined to give me a signature bond, from the bottom of my heart, I implore you to allow that to occur so that I can make it to that doctor's appointment tomorrow, so that I can get my alcoholism treated, so that I will never again be in a courtroom in this context. Please.
Okay. Well, I am not going to take you at your word on that, Mr. McCarthy, but what I will do is I will place you on a SAP calendar that is a week ahead of the one that you would be on. So that will be next week, and you will see me. And if the social worker or Ms. Kim can verify that you have a doctor, that you had an appointment, that you have been in treatment, and if we can get you some type of assistance to getting back into treatment, then I will reconsider the bond at that time. So you will have, if you work with Ms. Kim there and with the social workers, then I'll reconsider the bond when you come back before me. So, Ms. Bridgewater, let's place him on next Tuesday's SAP calendar.
That will be March 31st.
Okay, so for now, I'm gonna take the state's recommendation as far as the $1,500 good bond. I want a social worker visit to assess for BHET. No further contact at this time with Mr. Wilson. Stay away from the Cambridge Drive address. He can go back to that address on one occasion with law enforcement to retrieve any belongings. No drugs, alcohol, weapons while out on bond. All right, good luck to you all.
Your Honor, can it be placed as shared 10% program, Your Honor?
No. Who do we have next?
39, Mr. Wilkinson.
So 150.
Good afternoon, Mr. Wilkinson. You've been charged in case 26 CR 001912J with reckless conduct. Is there a history, Ms. Stallworth?
No, Your Honor, he has no prior history, recommended level 2. In Odyssey, it was showing an open citation case for speeding, 25 CIT 00816. Nothing further.
Tucker?
Yes, Judge. This is his first arrest, but this is a very high risk public safety case. We're asking for a $5,000 surety bond with a social worker visit to check for any MHET issues, to have no further contact with Audrey Holloway, and to stay away from this location, which is 106th Street in Atlanta. The facts allege, and also to surrender all firearms to the sheriff's office for destruction. The witness, Miss Audrey Holloway, saw the defendant from her apartment. He was standing on the patio across from hers in a black ski mask with a firearm, holding it to his head, waving it around. So she called 911. She recorded him on his phone, pointing the gun at his ear, then to the left, then upward at the patio right above him. So, I mean, so many people could have gotten hurt in this situation. He could have hurt himself. He could have hurt the people in the patio above him. And so we're really concerned as to why he was out there flailing around his firearm. So the state is asking for that $5,000 surety bond with a social worker visit. No further contact with Miss Holloway. She does not want to talk to him. and to stay away from this location, as well as no drugs, weapons, or alcohol while out on bond, and to surrender any firearms that he already has while this case is pending.
Yes, Your
Ms.
Honor.
Kemp?
Yes, Mr. Wilkinson is 23 years young boy, Your Honor. He actually came to Georgia to go to college, Georgia State University. He graduated from high school not that long ago, and he was born in Puerto Rico. Your Honor, this happened at his own house, and there was no bullet inside of the firearm. Um, he's a Even though he's currently enrolled as a junior. His major is information technology, and he does acting or theater at the school activity. He was practicing for his performance. He was so into that role that he was going to play. He didn't realize that there was somebody else who would be looking at his place. This was his house where he has a complete sanctuary right to be there. This is his first ever arrest. We asked for signature on bond. His mental health is very fine. Just a student, young boy who is just happened to be caught in a wrong manner. We asked for signature on bond through pretrial level 1, and he will have no objection to stay away from Alvin Brookins as long as he can stay at his own place. I mean, not Alvin. I don't know what's the name of the victim, but this is his place where he resides, Your Honor.
And Judge, just very briefly, I failed to mention when the officers arrived, I don't know if he pretended he was nonverbal. He communicated only with them through writing on paper. And then when they spoke with his mom, they found out that he could communicate. So despite Miss Kim's, she says there's no MH issues, we still have pretty strong concerns.
Does he live with his mother, Ms. Kim?
Not at this point, Your Honor. He is residing alone to go to school. His mother resides at Puerto Rico.
How did they speak with his mom, Miss Tucker?
They called him, via phone.
Oh, okay. All right. It will be a $5,000 signature bond through pretrial level 1. Out of an abundance of caution, I wanted to have a social worker visit to assess for a BHET. He's to have no further contact or no contact with Ms. Holloway, and he is to surrender any firearms, no drugs, alcohol, weapons while out on bond.
Your Honor, can it be the social worker visit to be done after he gets released? There's no one here right now from the social worker team, and I don't want him to be in the jail more than he should be. We have a good address, good phone number, good email address. It will be very easy to follow up with him.
And I would object. You're already giving him a signature bond. If he has to wait an extra day or whatever to get that social worker visit, I think it's very important.
Kasha, you on the line with me? I see you here. I do want someone to meet with him before he's released, Miss Kim. Okay. All right. Good luck to you, sir.
So, Your Honor, that's a 5,000 SOB, so pretrial level 1?
Yes, it is.
Okay, that's the only
Okay.
conditions you want?
No further contact,
Okay,
a social worker visit, surrender all firearms, drugs, alcohol, and weapons.
thank you.
Okay.
16, Mr. Floyd.
What was that position?
16.
Good afternoon, Mr. Floyd. You have been charged in case 26 CR 0018828 with criminal trespass. Who's representing Mr. Floyd?
I believe that this is PD Alex.
Mr.
Right? Oh, yeah.
Mr. Chakaya, this is your
Yes.
case?
Yes, Judge.
Okay, just wanted to make sure you were with us.
Yes, yes. I was just looking for the paperwork.
Okay, you're fine. Yes, Ms. Stoller.
He has 24 cycles. There's a 2026 conviction out of DeKalb for criminal trespass. That sentence date was March the 13th of 2026. There's another 2026 conviction out of DeKalb also for criminal trespass. That sentence date was January the 30th of 2026. There's a 2026 giving false name out of DeKalb. 2025 Nolo plea out of Clayton for criminal trespass. 2025 Nolo out of DeKalb for criminal trespass. Another 2025 out of Clayton Nolo for criminal trespass. There's a 2024 Nolo out of Chamblee for theft by shoplifting. He's currently on probation out of Fulton, case number 22 SC 185496 for aggravated assault and possession of firearm or knife during commission. There's a 2023 conviction out of DeKalb for criminal trespass, a 2019 conditional discharge out of Cobb for possession of cocaine. There appears to be an open case from MARTA for criminal trespass and simple assault. There's a 2021 conviction out of Fulton for criminal trespass, a 2019 conviction out of Fulton for affray, 2 convictions outside of the 10-year period. There is a 2024 FTA out of Chamblee and a 2019 FTA out of Fulton. The recommended level is level 3. Nothing further.
Thank you, Ms. Tucker.
Yes, Judge, you just heard that history. The risk of reoffense is extremely high. Therefore, I cannot recommend a signature bond. I'm asking for $1,000 good bond as well as a stay away from MARTA. The facts allege he was found asleep on a MARTA bus and he has a permanent MARTA suspension.
Thank you. Mr. Chataya.
Yes, Judge. My client requests the lowest bond amount that's possible. He's a lifelong resident of the Atlanta area. He's 43 years old. Currently, he works at a temp service. He's a forklift operator, and he's been doing that off and on for the past two to 3 years, is what he told me. In terms of his schooling, he was able to get his GED, and he informed me that at this time he cannot afford any bond amount.
Okay, it will be $1,000 good bond. I want him to have a social worker visit to assess for VHET and housing. We need to figure out what issues are bringing him back for these criminal trespasses, Mr. Chataya. So if you'll pass that along to the, if he doesn't get out, to the SAP lawyer so that we can figure out how to assist him. He's obviously to stay away from MARTA given his permanent ban and no drugs, alcohol, weapons while out on bond. Good luck to you, sir.
19, Mr. Howard.
Sorry, say it again.
19, Howard.
Okay, thank you. Good afternoon, Mr. Howard. You have been charged in case 26 CR 001877C with criminal trespass. Is there a history, Ms. Stoller?
Yes, Your Honor. He has 21 prior arrests. There's a 2026 conviction out of DeKalb for criminal trespass. 2 of those, I'm sorry. A 2025 out of DeKalb for criminal trespass. He's currently on probation out of Fulton, case number 22 CR 002475C for battery family violence first offense. There's an open case 26 PI 000330 for crossing guard lines that is currently under pretrial and will be a bond surrender. There's a 2025 NOLO out of Clayton for unlawful conduct during 911 call. There's another probation case out of Fulton, 26 CR 000503C for theft by shoplifting and criminal trespass. There's a 2021 NOLO out of Fulton for obstruction of law enforcement officers and unlawful to alter, sell, exchange tokens, transfers, or transaction card. There are 5 convictions outside of the 10-year period. There's a 2025 FTA out of Fulton and a 2025 FTA out of Clayton. One moment. There are also 2 other probation cases. 25 CR 003389C for theft by shoplifting and 25 CR 005312C for willful obstruction and terroristic threats, death by shoplifting. Nothing further.
Thank you. Ms. Evans Battle.
Yes, Your Honor. In this particular case, he went back to the Walmart. He stole $205 worth of merchandise. Loss prevention indicated that they weren't going to charge him with the shoplifting. They just wanted him off the property. He had previously been given a criminal trespass warning that was issued on January the 22nd of 2026. Our bond recommendation is for a $1,000 surety bond. Stay away from the Walmart at 844 Cleveland Avenue. No alcohol, drugs, or weapons while out on bond.
Ken. Is this your case, Ms. Kim?
Yes, I apologize. I just got a phone call from a social worker, so I had updates on a few different things. I apologize, but I will be. He's not my client. 19 Howard is PD Alex's client.
Right.
Yeah, but I do want to update, Your Honor.
Okay, hold on. Before you update me, let's finish up with Mr. Howard.
Sure. Thank you, Your Honor.
And Mr. Shatai, are you with me?
I'll text him just to make sure.
Yes, Your Honor, I am with you. Just looking for my notes here.
Okay, this is position number 19, Mr. Howard.
Yes, Your Honor. Okay, I found my notes. All right, so Mr. Howard would request the lowest bond amount possible. He's 31 years old, Judge. He's lived in Atlanta his entire life. He's worked in construction for the past 5 years. He's been in general labor with various construction teams. And in terms of his schooling, he got as far as the 10th grade. So he asked for the lowest bond amount possible.
Okay, will be $1,000. A social worker visit as with the other gentleman to assess for BHET and housing so that we can figure out what's going on with Mr. Howard. He is obviously to stay away from the Walmart on Cleveland Avenue, drugs, alcohol, weapons while out on bond. Good luck to you, Mr. Howard.
I got too much.
I'm sorry, I missed the bond amount, Judge.
It's $1,000 good.
Thank you.
Tell me who we have.
23, Mr. Coombs.
Okay. Good afternoon. Ms. Kuntz, you've been charged in case 26 CR 001898K with battery family violence. Is there a history?
Yes, Your Honor. He has 3 cycles. No convictions listed. The recommended level is UJR jail. Nothing further.
Thank you. Ms. Evans Battle.
Yes, Your Honor. This incident happened March the 21st of 2026 at 1331 Hemingway Lane in reference to a domestic. The victim is Megan Eslick, Eslick. She reported that her boyfriend had hit her in the face. She indicated they had both been drinking earlier. The officer was able to make contact with Mr. Kuntz as well. The officer went inside of the apartment while another officer spoke with Mr. Kuntz. While inside the apartment, he was checking on the victim in this particular case, who indicated they had been together for about 2 years. She explained that they were arguing throughout the day over various issues, one which was the dog's bowl possibly falling from a platform. She stated that he was upset and told her he didn't, hear it fall, and that during the argument, she claimed that she was close enough for him to slap her on the left side of her face with his hand. The officer was able to observe that the bones and around the eye area, noticed that there were prominent visible redness to the area in which she said, and along the socket bone of her eye. He also indicated that there were other signs on her face as well. As a result, our bond recommendation in this case wanted the court to know that there was a diversion case that for simple battery against the same victim, and that case was closed on February the 20th of 2026. Our bond recommendation is for a $5,000 surety, no further contact with the victim, stay away from the location, no alcohol, drugs, or weapons while on bond. I know that we heard from the victim previously, and she'd indicated that and when he was taking those classes, he didn't take them seriously at all, and that he had that he did not take those classes seriously at all, was part of it. And at this point, there would be no further contact with her. I'm not sure if she's on the line or not. Thank you.
Citizen is on the line that wishes to address the court. Now is your opportunity. So, Ms. Kim?
Your Honor, I was wondering if we can ask for a breakout room to discuss a very few things, just me and ASG and Your Honor.
Okay, well, let's hold this until the end of the calendar.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Add on one, Ms. Ash. Yeah, we'll add on one, Ms. Ash.
Okay, good afternoon, Ms. Ash. You have been charged in case 26CR001927L with 2 counts of battery family violence and 2 counts of simple battery family violence. Is there a history?
Your Honor, no prior history, recommended UJR jail.
Thank you. Yes, Mr. Velarde.
Yes, Your Honor. So this incident took place on March 22nd of 2026, in which officers were dispatched to the incident location at 3146 Redwood Run in Atlanta in relation to a domestic dispute. So the officers, they made contact with the victim, a minor AD, to discuss the dispute that occurred. And she explained that she left the premises due to her mother choking her. Her mother kicked her out of the residence, and when she returned, she was unable to go back inside. And she denied her access later on. And Your Honor, given the relationship of the victim and the defendant, the state has heavy concerns with potential witness intimidation. As Your Honor heard, these facts can be quite troubling, especially in like domestic violence situations. The potential for intimidation or harm to the victim is exceptional in cases like these. For those reasons, the state is going to recommend a $6,000 surety bond to be split as follows: $2,000 for both battery family violences, and $1,000 for the simple battery family violences, with the added conditions of family violence and family violence into FFIP, no further violent contact, stay away from the incident location, and no drugs, weapons, or alcohol.
Who is the alleged victim?
The alleged victim is the daughter of the defendant, known here as AD.
So you saying she's a juvenile?
She is, Your Honor.
Okay, so you want her to have no further violent contact with her daughter, but you want her to stay away from the home. So how's that gonna work?
Your Honor, we haven't been able to have contact with the victim just based on the circumstances. But I think the state would be amicable to a no further or to release that violent or to stay away based on the facts, unless her father was able to come in.
Yes, Mr. Chataya.
Yes, Your Honor. Miss Ash is 46 years old. She has an associate's degree, Judge. She's lived in Atlanta for the past 14 years, so she's a resident here. She's been working in fraud detection for the past 6 years now, and she provides for her children, including the alleged victim in this case, her 17-year-old daughter, Aaliyah Daughtery. Right now, as she's in jail, her older children are taking care of her daughter, Judge. She has no priors, so I'm going to be requesting a signature bond. I would object to a stay away, but no objection to no further violent contact.
Okay. For each of the batteries will be a $2,000 signature bond through pretrial level 1. For each of the simple batteries will be a $1,000 signature bond through pretrial level 1. Makes for a total of a $6,000 signature bond through pretrial level 1. I wanted to have 6 parenting classes, no further violent contact with the alleged victim, and no drugs, alcohol, weapons while out on bond. Good luck to you, ma'am.
All right, let's get add on to Mr. Myers.
Okay. Let me know when you're ready to proceed, Ms. Kim.
Yes, we are ready, Your Honor.
Okay. Good afternoon, Mr. Myers. You have been charged in case 26 CR 001928A with battery family violence. Is there a history, Ms. Stallworth?
Yes, Your Honor. He has 13 cycles total, 1 from the state of Virginia, 3 from Mississippi. There's a 2024 conviction for reckless conduct, sexual battery, and this is out of Fulton. There's a 2017 conviction also out of Fulton for cruelty to children, 3rd degree. There is an open case out of Fulton, 26 CR 000915A for simple battery. There's a 2023 conviction out of Fulton for obstruction of law enforcement officers and possession and use of drug-related objects and possession of marijuana less than an ounce. There's a 2013 conviction for possession of marijuana less than an ounce, a 2012 first offender for theft by taking, and another 2012 first offender for burglary, theft by taking, possession of tools for commission of crime, and criminal damage to property 2nd degree. The recommended level is level 3. Nothing further.
Thank you. Ms. Evans Battle?
Yes, Judge, this happened March the 20th of 2026. Officers went to 1181 Joseph E. Boone Boulevard, address in reference to a dispute between Mr. Myers and a Miss Jayla Thomas. It appears that she was there, and when the officer arrived, she indicated that she had gone to the location to retrieve her cell phone and purse. Miss Thomas indicated that while she was trying to get her items, Mr. Myers grabbed her and threw her down a breezeway flight of stairs. So she would not be able to retrieve her items. The officer observed that she had laceration on her knee as a result of being dragged down the stairs. There was an independent witness who was there Ms. Clark, she indicated, I think Mr. Myers was actually living with her, indicated that he would not give her her things, her belongings, and that he had drug her down the stairs as well. And she hurt her hand because she tried to get in between the parties in order to stop him from dragging her down the stairs. And she indicated she'd known him for a very long time. In this particular case, we are asking, he is currently out on bond. We've filed a motion to revoke his bond because this is the same victim in which he's on bond for. Both he and Ms. Thomas are out on bond. They are supposed to stay away from each other by Judge Williams' order from February the 11th of 2026. We are asking in this particular case, since it appears that they have been having contact with each other and the likelihood of him reoffending, we are asking for a $5,000 cash bond in this case, that he have no further contact with her, Jayla Thomas, and that there be no alcohol, drugs, or weapons, and that any firearms which he possessed are to be surrendered to the sheriff for the destruction. That would be our recommendation at this time, Judge.
Thank you. If Ms. Jayla Thomas is on the line and wishes to address the court, now is your opportunity. Ms. Kim?
Yes, Your Honor. As you can see, he cannot move that well without walker, Your Honor. He denies allegations, and Mr. Walker is 45 years old. Mr. Myers is 45 years old. I apologize. 45 years old, and he came to Georgia about 15 years ago, and he has been living at 1181 Joseph. His incident location is where he pays rent for the room, and I believe that is his female friend and her husband own the house, and they allow my client to stay there, and he had no intention, or he did not expect to have this Jayla Thomas to just show up like that, Your Honor. And okay, right now he has one child who is 9 years old, who he has to take care of. However, because of this recent arrest, he lost his job. At this point, he does not have any money or income to pay for any kind of bond at this point. Your Honor, it was my defendant who was calling the 911 because he did not want to have any contact with Jamie. They had a mutual stay away, mutual no contact. It's not like she didn't know that she was not supposed to come there. He's the one who called the police to protect him because he didn't want to get arrested again. We asked for a signature on bond. If Your Honor is not inclined to give him a signature on bond, we ask for the lowest possible bond. Your Honor, my client believes that there's a Mr. Ernest who is a witness for this incident. He's disabled, so he cannot go anywhere. So he saw the whole thing, who can tell everybody that it was not my client who initiated this contact at all. And Your Honor, I'm gonna ask our investigator to go get a ring camera from the bottom of the stairs, which will show that my client is innocent from this case. We ask for a signature on Boxer pre-trial. Thank you.
Okay, it will be a $5,000 good bond, no further contact with Ms. Thomas. A one-time escort to the Joseph E. Boone address. If she does not reside there, he can remain. No drugs, alcohol, weapons while out on bond.
You wanna, if it's possible to have a sheriff's 10%, please?
Yes, that's fine.
All right, next we got 25, Mr. Mathis.
Good afternoon, Mr. Mathis. You have been charged in case 26CR001909B with battery family violence. Is there a history, Ms. Stallworth?
There is no prior history. The recommended level is level 1.
Thank you. Ms. Evans Battle?
Yes, Your Honor. This happened March the 21st of 2026 at 2415 Heaton Drive in East Point. There was a domestic dispute between the parties. The victim in this case is Sincere Lurk. Her first name is spelled Cyncere, Lurk, Lurk. And she stated that Mr. Matthews, they've been in a relationship for about 9 months and lived together since about December of 2025. They don't have any children, although she has a child in the household. She indicated that they were in the bedroom speaking. She was on the phone with her child's father. He became upset because he felt as if she was on the phone too long with her child's father and began hitting her in the face with his fist. He hit her approximately 4 to 5 times, making contact to her head where the officers were able to observe that she had visible injuries, including a knot on her forehead and swelling. The bond recommendation is for a $3,500 signature bond. Pretrial services, we'd ask for a level 2. There was some indication from the report alcohol was involved in this case. We'd ask for him to complete an ADET, complete at least 4 anger management classes, have no further contact and stay away the location at this time. And I believe that it's my understanding contact was made with the victim in this case, and she has a TPO. But I don't know if it has been served or not at this time. That would be our bond recommendation at this time, Judge.
Okay, thank you. If Ms. Lurk is on the line and wishes to address the court, now is your opportunity. Doesn't appear so. Ms. Kim?
Yes, Your Honor. My client, Mr. Mathis, is 22 years young. Your Honor, he is 6'3" basketball player. He graduated from high school 2021 with a GPA 3.0. He has been working at 2 jobs as a shift manager at Walmart. He's a very diligent individual who's working so hard. And also, right now, he also works at daycare as a cook, and he takes care of children. He denies the allegation. And Your Honor, my client, because he saw his father was actually incarcerated, he did not ever want to be in jail at all. This is the first time being ever here. He does not want to repeat he wants to change the legacy for his family. Please give him a chance to get out, and he will not have any contact with her. He will stay away from that location. My client, this is his first arrest. Thank you.
It will be a $3,000 signature bond through pretrial level 1. No further contact with Ms. Lurk. Stay away from the Heaton Drive address. If necessary, he can go back to that address on 1 occasion with law enforcement to retrieve any belongings. No drugs, alcohol, weapons while out on bond. Good luck to you, Mr. Mathis.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And this got 35, Mr. Taylor.
Good afternoon, Mr. Taylor. You have been charged in case 26CR001886A with simple battery family violence. Is there a history, Ms. Stallworth?
Yes, Your Honor. He has 6 cycles total, 1 from the state of Alabama. There's a 2020 first offender out of Cobb for possession of cocaine, a 2014 conditional discharge out of Cobb for possession of marijuana, less than an ounce, 2011 conviction out of Cobb for simple assault, and an 08 conviction out of Cobb, also for simple assault. Level 2 is the recommended. Nothing further.
Ms. Evans Battle.
Yes, Your Honor. This happened December the 7th of 2025 at 1977 Martin Luther King Jr. Drive, which is a Texaco gas station. I'm so sorry. 1991 MLK Drive. Apparently, law enforcement responded to the area. They spoke with the victim. Her name is Alethea Thomas, and she explained that he's her ex-boyfriend. They previously lived together, and that on this particular day, she was walking to the Texaco gas station from her apartment when she heard what sounded like footsteps behind her, and she looked and saw the defendant, who then grabbed her by her hoodie and dragged her. She was able to break free from him and ran to the Texaco gas station. Once there, he followed her inside of the store and attempted to drag her out of the store at that particular time. Of course, that was caught on surveillance footage from inside of the store as well. You could see them in the video there. The bond recommendation in this case is for a $5,000 surety. We are concerned with her safety as well as the possibility of intimidating the witness. So we'd ask for no further contact. He is to stay away from the victim's residence, and we'd also ask that he stay away from that Texaco gas station in particular because he knows that that's close to her residence, and we would not want there to be further incidents at the location. No alcohol, drugs, or weapons while out on bond. Thank you.
Thomas is on the line and wishes to address the court. Now is your opportunity. Doesn't appear so. Ms. Kim?
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Taylor is 36 years old, and Your Honor, he has 4 minor children, the 7, 10, 12, 14, that he has to support. And Your Honor, he is completely okay. He has no objection to stay away from the incident location and have no contact with her. They do not have any child together and does not want to be with her anyway. He denies the allegation. He graduated from high school 2007. Ever since then, he got forklift operator license, and he is currently working at Ford dealership, Your Honor. We ask for signature on bond through pretrial level 2. However, if Your Honor is not inclined to give him a signature on bond, we ask for the maximum $1,000 surety bond.
$5,000 signature bond through pretrial level 2. No further contact with Ms. Thomas. Stay away from her residential location. Stay away from that Texaco on MLK Jr. Drive. No drugs, alcohol, weapons while out on bond. Good luck to you, sir.
Next, 37, Mr. Walker.
Good afternoon, Mr. Walker. You have been charged in case 26 CR 001901J with battery family violence, simple battery family violence, and criminal trespass. Is there a history, Ms. Stallworth?
Yes, Your Honor. There are 9 cycles, no convictions listed. There's a 2023 FTA out of Fulton, and the recommended level is UJR jail. Nothing further.
Thank you, Ms. Tucker.
Yes, Judge, we're asking for a 3,500 total surety bond. That breakdown is 2,000 on the battery family violence, and then 750 on each of the simple battery family violence and the criminal trespass. The facts allege that the victim, who is his mother, and the defendant were traveling together in the vehicle when they started arguing about who owned the vehicle, who got to use the vehicle. The defendant got mad, punched her several times in the face, causing visible bruising. Then he forced her out of the vehicle, threw all of her items out, and sped away in the vehicle. We did speak with the victim. She said the call was really just about an MH episode that he was having. She didn't intend for him to be arrested. She says she thought she explained to the officer well enough, but she wants him out of jail. She did say she'd be on the Zoom to share her thoughts today. But we are asking for that good bond with conditions to have no further violent contact with Miss Leslie McKeithen, and as well as a social worker visit.
If Ms. McKeithen is on the line and wishes to address the court, now is your opportunity. I see you there, Ms. McKeithen. You would like to address the court. Okay, I need for you to unmute yourself there.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes, ma'am. If you can raise your right hand for me.
Let me try to run these ones up. Can you see me?
Okay, do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Okay, you can place your hand down, ma'am. What would you like to tell the court?
Well, actually, I think I heard a little bit of what the representative was saying. Yes, my son and I are in actually in a case I can't talk too much about, but I was under the impression that I was calling 988. I didn't learn about 988 to after, but we learned about the difference between 911 and 988. I can't say too much right now because we're in a federal case. But no, I did not want him arrested.
Okay, has this happened before?
No, it hasn't happened before.
Does he live with you?
No, we don't live together anymore.
Okay, and do you want contact with him, I take it?
Yes, I do.
Okay, all right, thank you, ma'am. I appreciate you being here this afternoon.
All right, thank you, sir.
Yes, ma'am. Yeah, yes, Ms. Kim.
Yes, Mr. Walker is 29 years old and he is currently residing with his father at a different location. And Your Honor, this is mom and father. This happened like almost 6 or 9 months ago. And my client prefers to have a no for the violent contact, of course. After graduating from high school 2014, he took a test and got admitted to Air Force. He went through like 8 weeks of training and 6 weeks of like some kind of tech support, tech education. And then right now he's working as a DoorDash. And however, he is trying to get back to Air Force because he has a great heart to serve the country. He denies the allegation and he is recommended for UJR jail. We ask for a signature on bond and no further violent contact. He has a 6 years old son that he wants to take good care of, daughter that he wants to take good care of. Thank you, Your Honor.
For the battery will be a $2,000 signature bond through pretrial level 1. For each of the other charges, a $1,000 signature bond through pretrial level 1. Makes for a total of a $4,000 signature bond through pretrial level 1. I want him to have a social worker visit to assess for a BHET. No further violent contact with the alleged victim. No drugs, alcohol, weapons while out on bond. Good luck to you, sir.
This BHET social worker visit, can it be done after the release?
That's fine with the court.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Number 40, Mr. Wu.
Good afternoon, Mr. Wooten. You've been charged in case 26 CR 001904D with certain acts, bus rail station prohibited, criminal trespass, and possession of marijuana less than an ounce. Is there a history, Ms. Stallworth?
Yes, Your Honor. He has 22 cycles total, 17 from Ohio. There's an open case out of Fulton, 25 PI 003270 for criminal solicitation, criminal trespass, possession with intent to sell, deliver, distribute, display, or provide a minor any drug-related object. There's an active warrant out of Gordon County, Georgia for theft by receiving. Date of that warrant is March the 2nd of 2026. There's a 2025 NOLO out of Clayton for possession and use of drug-related objects, improper solicitation of money by use of invoice for goods, etc., not ordered. They're also on probation out of Gordon County, Georgia for theft by receiving stolen property in another state. There's a 2016 conviction from Ohio for illegal conveyance of weapons and trafficking in drugs. A 2016 conviction also out of Ohio for having weapons while under disability. And there are 5 convictions outside of the 10-year period. The recommended level is level 3. Nothing further.
Ms. Tucker?
Yes, Judge. Considering that history, I just can't recommend a signature bond. I am going to be asking for a $500 good bond on each of the charges for a total of $1,500. A social worker visit to check for housing and to stay away from all MARTA properties in accordance with any suspensions, as well as no drug, alcohol, or weapon while out on bond. The facts allege this defendant was at a MARTA station soliciting goods for sale. He did have a current 365-day ban from MARTA, and a search incident to arrest found less than 1 ounce marijuana on him.
Thank you. Ms. Kim?
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Uten is 39 years old. He was born in Michigan and he came to Georgia about 5 years for his new life. However, it has not been really good. Actually, he's been having a really bad luck and Fulton County. He keeps getting arrested, even though he didn't do anything other than talking with other customers or other passengers. Your Honor, he has been homeless for about quite a bit of time. However, he does have a job and he works at a small oil shop, sell oil, body oils, and he's trying to get back his life together, even though he's struggling, residentially challenged. And he has his ID, birth certificate, driver's license all together because he wants to get better. He does not have any car and he didn't realize that he was suspended from MARTA. Your Honor, we asked for a signature on bond. He has to go to Gordon County anyway to stay in the jail for quite a bit. We don't know how long it will be. We asked for a signature on bond.
And for the certain acts on a bus rail station prohibited, a $500 good bond. For the other charges, a $250 good bond. Makes for a total of $1,000 good bond. Abide by any MARTA restrictions. I want him to have a social worker visit to assess for a BHET and housing. No drugs, alcohol, weapons while out on bond. Good luck to you, Mr. Wooten.
Can it be 10%, Your Honor?
That's fine with the court. Okay.
And let's get number 6, Mr. Brown.
And Judge, could we hold this one to the end for potential MH issues?
Okay. Who can we take besides Mr. Brown?
Number 9, Mr. Clements.
Good afternoon, Mr. Clements. You've been charged in case 26 CR 001893J with theft by taking and theft by deception. Is there a history, Ms. Stallworth?
Your Honor, there are 35 prior arrests. There's an active warrant out of East Point for larceny. Date of that warrant is October the 7th of 2025. There's also an active warrant out of Newton County for probation violation. Date of that warrant is December the 22nd of 2025. There's a 2025 FTA out of Coweta County, 5 outside of the 10-year period. They're currently on probation out of Coweta County for simple battery family violence. And there are 12 convictions outside of the 10-year period. Nothing further.
Thank you, Ms. Tucker.
Yes, Judge, you did hear about all the warrants out for him, the FTA from 2025. So we believe he is a flight risk. We're asking for $1,000 good bond on each of these counts for a total of $2,000 with conditions no further contact with Letitia Frazier, as well as to stay away from 2905 Crest Ridge Drive, East Point. These facts are that this victim took her car to Jiffy Lube for repairs. The defendant who was working there offered to change her brakes for her at her house for an off-the-record payment of $200. He later came to the home and messed with her car. She thought he had replaced the brakes. However, the brakes kept squeaking and the check engine light came on. So when she went to go get it checked again, turns out the brakes had never been replaced. He just took her new brake parts worth $127, and then he took the $200 from her. So for those reasons, we're asking for that $2,000 total good bond, at no further contact, and to stay away from her home.
Yes, procedure.
Yes, Judge. Mr. Clements is a 40-year-old resident of Atlanta. He's lived here his whole life. He's worked as a mechanic for the past 10 years now. He got his new job last Friday. In terms of his schooling, he has a GED, and he pays child support as well for a 2-year-old and a 6-month-old. And he requests the lowest bond amount possible that this court deems reasonable.
For each charge will be $1,000 good bond, makes for a total of a $2,000 good bond. No further contact with Ms. Frazier. Stay away from the Crest Ridge Drive address. No drugs, alcohol, weapons while out on bond. Good luck to you, Mr. Clements.
All right, next we got 11 and 12. Mr. Dees.
I'm sorry, say it for me one more time.
11 and 12.
Oh, okay, thank you.
Mr. Dees.
Good afternoon, Mr. Dees. You've been charged in case 26 CR 001895C with simple battery family violence, and in case 26 CR 001896C with 2 counts of simple battery family violence. Is there a history, Ms. Stoller?
Yes, Your Honor. He has 15 prior arrests. There is 7 convictions outside of the 10-year period. There's an open case out of Fulton, 26 PI 002309 for aggravated assault strangulation. There are 3 FTAs outside of the 10-year period, and it was not recommended because it's bail restricted. Nothing further.
Tucker.
Yes, Judge. In position 11, we're asking for a $5,000 good bond with conditions no further contact with Christy Brooks and to stay away from 1689 West Lake Court in Atlanta. And on position 12, we're asking for a $1,500 good bond on each count for a total of $3,000 with the same no further contact and same location to stay away. We did speak with this victim. She told us about the incident date on March 19th. That she had found out she was pregnant in February. She said the defendant was on the phone with another female saying he was going to hurt her to make her have a miscarriage. She heard this and told him to get out. She said she placed his dog outside. The defendant was following her around. They began arguing, and the defendant punched her one time in the face. He then ran to his car. She did follow him outside, and she did throw a brick at his window, causing damage, but she told him she would pay for the repairs. Then later that day, a gush of blood came out. She did have a miscarriage. We did tell her to go to the doctor and get a follow-up and make sure that everything is okay. But obviously she is very, very upset about this incident. And that is the case we're asking for $5,000 good bond in. In the second case, it was back in November of 2025. But in this case, a neighbor actually called 911 because she saw the victim being choked in the backyard. When the police arrived, the victim was on the scene. The defendant was not. The victim was upset about the defendant being mean to their baby, so he called her a bitch and she told him to leave. He put his finger in her face and she swatted it away, so he punched her. As he was exiting the apartment, he grabbed her by the neck, put her in a chokehold. They ended up falling and rolling down the hill. There were no visible injuries in either case. However, these are very serious. You also heard he was just arrested on an aggravated assault strangulation. That was a different victim. But considering the history between these two parties and his history in the state of Georgia, we're asking for 5,000 good on the first case, 3,000 total on the second case, no further contact with Christy Brooks, and to stay away from her location.
Thank you, Mr. Chitaya.
Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Dees is a 45-year-old resident of Atlanta. He was born in Atlanta and raised here. He is not a flight risk. For the past 6 months, he has worked at a Walmart as a stalker. He's a high school graduate judge. He graduated in 1999. He doesn't object to staying away and having no further contact. And he also informed me that he's providing for 8 children, Your Honor. Their mother takes care of them now, but he provides for them and also cares for them. He requests the lowest bond amount possible.
Ms. Brooks, I see you on the line. If you would like to address the court, now is your opportunity. You certainly don't have to, but if you would like to, I need for you to come on camera for me.
Come on. Hey, get
Yes,
out the
ma'am.
room.
Good afternoon, ma'am. If you can raise your right hand for me. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir.
Yes. What would you like to tell the court?
I was saying, that what she stated was not true. That's not what was stated. She asked me, did I feel safe or whatever, and was he, for the previous incident, my neighbor did call, but she said was not true. I said that he pulled me by my hair, he put his hand around my neck. I never said he punched me in my face on that occasion. The second occasion, I did not say I did not feel safe with my husband being at home with me. This is the second occasion. I told her, I said that by us losing a child or whatever, he is my only person to care for my child or whatever. So we both going through therapists, we both suffering from grief or whatever. She said that y'all was going to place the no contact. I never said I felt unsafe with him being in the house due to the fact we have a 2-year-old. Well, he's 3 now. He just turned 3 the day of him getting arrested. I never said I felt unsafe around him. I never said that he attacked me. I did say the only reason the police were called the second time is because he said he wanted to call the police about his truck, his window being busted. And I said, I would call the police. That's what I said. But by him leaving, the police made it to the way that he was aggressive one. I never once said that he punched me in my face and left or whatever. Like I said, this is his address or whatever. He is my only source of providing for my child. And like I said, if he's not here, then how can I take care of my child? I don't have family that I trust with my baby due to the fact of the loss of my other child. Then I don't know his family, so I'm not trusting nobody to watch my child because I lost a previous child or whatever. So he is my only source of helping me with my child.
Okay, well, until we work all this out, Ms. Brooks, I'm gonna order that he has no further contact, but I'm not gonna keep him away from this child. He can have third-party transfer, so if you all will have to work that out through a third party so that he can not only visit his child, but take care of it when necessary. So at the present, thank you for being here, Ms. Brooks.
But what if I don't feel safe with nobody being around my child due to the loss of my other child?
Well, you'll have to work that out beyond that's beyond what the court can work out, ma'am. My concern now is that you have 3 counts of simple battery family violence that are from last year and this year. So until we can resolve those matters, then I don't feel comfortable having either one of you have contact with each other. Okay? But again, I do thank you for being here. So for position number 11, it will be a $1,500 good bond. No further contact with Ms. Brooks. Stay away from the Westlake Court address. There will be third-party transfer of any minor children for visitation. No drugs, alcohol, weapons while out on bond. For position number 12, for each charge will also be a $1,500 good bond. Makes for a total of a $3,000 good bond with the same conditions as in position number 11, Ms. Bridgewater. No drugs, alcohol, weapons while out on bond. All right, good luck to you both.
Yes, sir, I have that.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Who do we have next?
ACDC, Chris.
ACDC, are you with us?
Good afternoon, Your Honor. You ready for us?
Yes, we're ready, I believe. Good afternoon, ladies. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the State Court Expedited Accusation Calendar. You have a right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used against you. You have a right to have an attorney present at these proceedings. We're providing you with the assistance of a public defender this afternoon if you choose to utilize their service and do not have a private attorney. Who do we have first?
Position 1, Miss Barnes.
Good afternoon, Ms. Barnes. You have been charged in case 26 CR 001914D with 2 counts of battery family violence. Is there a history, Ms. Stallworth?
Yes, Your Honor. She has 8 prior arrests. There is an open case out of Clayton County for battery, family violence, and criminal damage to property, 2nd degree. There's a 2017 NOLO out of East Point for theft by shoplifting, a 2017 out of Fulton for theft by shoplifting, and one more 2017 theft by shoplifting, also out of Fulton. The recommended level is level 3.
Thank you, Ms. Tucker.
Yes, Judge, we're asking for a $2,500 good bond on each count for a total of $5,000 with conditions no further contact with James Reed and to stay away from 2745 Old Hapeville Road in Atlanta. You did hear that history that 2023 battery family violence is open. Because it's Clayton County, I could not get the information today about who's the victim in that case. But in this present case, the victim, Mr. Reed, was woken up by the defendant. An argument started over text to another woman. The victim was trying to hold her at bay when she bit him in the face and scratched his back with scissors, leaving a bruise on his face and cuts and scratches on his back. We were not able to get in touch with Mr. Reed. So in consideration of the history, the allegations of violence, we're asking for that $5,000 total good bond, no further contact with James Reed, and to stay away from that location.
If James Reed is on the line and wishes to address the court, now is your opportunity. Mr. Chataya?
Yes, Your Honor. Ms. Barnes is 34 years old. She's a lifelong resident of Atlanta. Currently, she works as an inventory clerk at SNS Foods. She's been doing that for almost a year now. She graduated from high school in 2009. She has family here. She's also taking care of 5 children. One of them is a newborn that turned 1 month today. And currently, her cousin is taking care of those children while she's here. Miss Barnes also informed me that the incident location, that's her home address, and that the alleged victim has not been back at the address since this incident took place. I believe he was in the process of moving out. So I would object to a stay away, Your Honor. Ms. Barnes requests the lowest bond amount possible. Also, according to her pretrial assessment, she has no violent convictions and no failures to appear.
Right, for each charge, will be $1,000 good bond, makes for a total of a $2,000 good bond. No further contact with Mr. Reed. She can go back to the old Hateville Road address with law enforcement. If Mr. Reed does no longer resides there, she can remain. If he does reside there, she will have to gather her belongings and find somewhere else to live in the meantime. No drugs, alcohol, weapons while out on bond. Good luck to you, Ms. Barnes.
All right, next we got 29, Mr. Norris.
Good afternoon, Mr. Norris. You have been charged in case 26CR001920E with criminal trespass and possession of marijuana less than an ounce. Is there a history, Ms. Stowell?
Yes, Your Honor. There are 26 cycles. There is an open case out of Fulton, 25CR007244E for simple battery family violence. It's currently under pretrial, so it will be a bond surrender. There are 9 convictions outside of the 10-year period, and there are 3 FTAs also outside of the 10-year period. The recommended level is level 3. Nothing further.
Thank you. Ms. Evans-Battle?
Yes, Judge, in this particular case, he broke a window at the property and was found in possession of marijuana. He indicated at the time that he knew that he was in violation of the protective order or the bond order and wanted to be arrested. Our bond recommendation is for a $1,000 surety on the criminal trespass and the UJR on the marijuana charge. We are asking for social worker visit based on the information that was provided at the time for BHET, that he have no alcohol, drugs, or weapons while out on bond. And he stay away from the location and the victim, and I have to get the victim's name.
And I believe the location as well, Ms. Evans-Battle.
Thank you. Yes, and that information is the victim's name is Miss Thurman. It is, her first name is Glennis, GLENNYS Thurman, and the location is at 2060 Bolton Road, Northwest Atlanta.
Thank you. Ms. Kim?
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Norris is 54 years old, and he is actually residing at that incident location with his complaining witness, who is his girlfriend, Your Honor. I believe his girlfriend is a little bit older than my client. He says that he graduated from high school 1998. He has been working at the construction industry, and right now he's working part-time to clean the pool. Your Honor, he does not make a lot of money because of it's part-time, and so he's qualified for public defendership. And Your Honor, I would like to request for signature on bond trial level 3. He has no bonds to pay for any kind of bond at this point. And he is not objective to stay away and no contact if he can get a signature on bond.
Okay, for each charge will be a $250 good bond, makes for a $500 good bond. No further contact with the alleged victim. Stay away from the incident location. No drugs, alcohol, weapons while out on bond. Good luck to you, Mr. Norris.
Your Honor, can you please share its 10% program, Your Honor?
Yes, that's fine, Ms. Kim. Who do we have next?
Position number 5, Jennifer Brown.
And it's my understanding that there's a consent in this matter?
Actually, it was not consented to.
Okay, good afternoon, Ms. Brown. You have been charged in case 26 CR 001918F with criminal trespass. Is there a history, Ms. Stallworth?
Yes, Your Honor. She has 3 cycles, currently on probation for 24 CR 007176A, theft of service, and also on probation for case number 24 CR 005432A, also for theft of service. There's a 2024 FTA out of Fulton, and the recommended level is level 1.
Ms. Tucker?
So I had originally offered a $500 SOB through pretrial level 1 with a stay away from the CVS at 235 Peachtree Street in Atlanta. The fact she refused to leave CVS after the officer and employees asked her to leave. I mean, I'll stand by that as my recommendation. I'm not sure what they're gonna ask for.
Yes, Mr. Utana.
Right, Your Honor. I communicated the state's consent bond order to Ms. Brown, and she said she wanted the bond hearing anyway. Ms. Brown is 44 years old. In terms of her schooling, she got a master's degree in social work. For the past 3.5 months, she's been looking for work. Although she does have an open contract with an agency that deals with home health care, so she goes to people's homes to help them get groceries, tend to their personal care needs, and to help them communicate with other healthcare providers. And she's had this contract since 2021. She's been living in the Atlanta area for the past 5 years, Your Honor, so I would argue she's not a flight risk. I would argue for the lowest bond amount possible, and we wouldn't object to a signature bond and a stay away from the incident location.
Okay, will be $1,000 signature bond through pretrial level 1. Stay away from the CVS on Peachtree Street. No drugs, alcohol, weapons while out on bond. Good luck, Ms. Brown. We have next?
Next is petition 21, Ms. Jamesia Jones.
Good afternoon, Ms. Jones. You have been charged in case 26 CR 001883E with simple battery. Is there a history? Ms. Stallworth?
No prior history, Your Honor. Recommended level 1.
Thank you. Ms. Evans Battle?
Yes, Your Honor, we had a proposed consent. I'll just, since it wasn't returned, I guess I'll just go through it. This happened on March the 21st of 2026. There was an argument between the roommates regarding some stolen goods in the home. The location is 389 Harlan Drive, Southwest. The victim is J.C. Hips. Her first name is spelled Jayci. Last name is spelled Hipps. There was an indication that she was struck in the face, that she received a small injury to a finger. She did not ask for medical treatment. Our bond recommendation was a $2,500 signature bond through pretrial services, that she complete 4 anger management classes, have no further contact, and stay away from the 389 Harlan Drive Southwest location. We were looking to make this a diversionary offer. We didn't have at the time any contact information from the victim, which is why the recommendation is for the stay away and then no further contact. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. If Ms. Hips is with us and would like to address the court, now is your opportunity. Doesn't appear so. Mr. Chataya?
Your Honor, Ms. Jones agreed to the bond order. I may have sent it to the wrong person. The court associated emailed it to me, so I
No,
replied.
I'm here, sir. I'm sorry.
Okay, is this J.C. Hips?
No, this is Jamesia Jones' mother.
Oh, okay. Well, your daughter's about to get a signature bond, ma'am, so unless there's something that you would like to communicate to the court.
No, thank you. Somebody reached out to me and told me I had to be here. I'm sorry.
Oh, no, you're fine, Miss Jones.
Right, Your Honor, that was me. I thought, in case, because she's 18 years old, in case you ordered a guardian or parent co-signer, I thought I would have her here at the hearing.
Okay, so let me see. You're going to consent to this bond, Mr. Chataya?
Yes, Your Honor, she consents to the
Okay.
bond order.
Okay, so just send it to Miss Bridgewater.
Okay.
All right. All right. Miss Jones, thank you for being here. Good luck to you, Jamesia as well.
How was that bond amount was again? I'm sorry.
$2,500.
2,500 SOB.
Thanks.
Who's next?
All right. Next is position 20, Miss Johnson.
Good afternoon, Ms. Johnson. You have been charged in case 26 CR 001878A with battery family violence and simple assault family violence. Is there a history?
Yes, Your Honor. There's one cycle. There's a 2019 NOLO out of Swanee for driving while license suspended or revoked. The recommended level is level 1.
Thank you. Ms. Evans Battle?
Yes, Your Honor. This incident happened March the 7th of 2026 at 197 Oakland. The victim is Nasir Louise Boston, who stated that he and his girlfriend were having dinner with their child at a restaurant. When they were leaving the location, she pulled over to the side of the road and told him to get out. And he told her that he was going to start an eviction process to get her out of the house. And she began to hit him, and he spit on her, and he admitted to the officer that he did. He got out of the car and was walking away, and she attempted to hit him with a car, and he had to jump out of the way. There is only video footage of him pacing back and forth, so some of the things that they allege to happen, there is not any recorded documentation at this time. There were visible bruising on his neck. In light of that, our bond recommendation is for a $5,000 signature bond through pretrial services level 1. The breakdown would be $3,500 on the battery, family violence, and $1,500 on the simple assault. That we would ask that she start the FVIP program, have no further contact, and stay away from the location. When I checked earlier, our office was not able to reach him. So that's our bond recommendation at this time. Thank you.
Mr. Boston is on the line and wishes to address the court. Now is your opportunity.
Hello?
Yes, is this Mr. Boston?
No, this not, but this is Jaquisha Johnson's mother.
Okay, and would you like to address the court this afternoon, ma'am?
I do
you have
want to address
something? Do you have
the
something about
court.
this incident that you know about? I'm gonna need for you to take the gum out, number one, ma'am.
It's not gum. I'm sorry. It's not gum.
Okay.
I'm not in the state of Georgia. Can you hear me?
Yes,
And
ma'am.
I'm not driving.
Okay, well, what I'm asking is you have something relevant to these proceedings that you need to tell the court. Do you know something about this incident?
I don't know a whole lot about the incident because I don't live in the state of Georgia. I'm in Colorado. My daughter called me and told me about the incident, but I'm trying to understand because I have to figure out how to do what the signature bond and stuff is. That's why I'm online.
Okay, so I'll have Mr. Chataya, her attorney, if you'll put your number in the chat, I'll have him call you after the court hearing this afternoon.
Okay.
Okay. Yes, Mr. Chataya.
Yes, Judge. No objection to the state's recommendation. We request that this court follow it.
Tell me your recommendation again, Ms. Evans Battle.
Yes, it is a total of $5,000 signature bond through pretrial services. The breakdown is 3,500 signature bond on the battery family violence and 1,500 on the simple assault. It would be through pretrial services level 1 that she start the FDIP program, have no further contact with Mr. Boston, stay away from the location, which is the 197 Oakland, and have no alcohol, drugs, or weapons while on bond.
Ms. Bridgewater. Ms. Bridgewater, you with me?
Yes, Your Honor, I have it.
Okay, so
We
that's
just
what the
have a little
court.
delayed response on this end, but I have it.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate it. So
No
if that's what's not objected to, that's what the court will order.
Okay.
Good luck. Good luck to you all. Who do we have next?
Next is position 31, Ms. Rock.
Good afternoon, Ms. Rocket. You have been charged in case 26 CR 001924G with battery family violence. Is there a history, Ms. Stallworth?
Yes, Your Honor. She has 6 cycles from the state of Texas. There are 208 convictions, both drug charges out of Texas, and the recommended level is level 1. Nothing further.
Thank you. Ms. Evans Battle?
Thank you. This happened March the 21st of 2026. The address was 653 Pinehurst Drive in Fairburn. There was a victim in this particular case is Aaliyah Runnels, last name spelled Runnels, who indicated that she was assaulted by a family member inside of the residence. She indicated the officers indicated that they observed lacerations on her face, that she pointed out a laceration to her head behind her left ear as well. It appears that she was in the dispute with Miss Rocket about a dog at the residence being let out. They are family members. There's an indication that Miss Rocket pulled her hair, and there was some observation by the officer that indicated that that was corroborated by the way that her hair looked. The bond recommendation in this case is for a surety bond. We're asking for $3,500 surety, that there's no further contact with Ms. Runnels, and that you stay away from the location at the 653 Pinehurst Drive in Fairburn. And I thought there was some indication that she actually is not from the state of Georgia, but was staying at that home. No alcohol, drugs, or weapons while out on bond. Thank you.
Thank you. If Ms. Runnels is on the line and wishes to address the court, now is your opportunity. Ms. Kim?
Yes, Your Honor. Ms. Rocket is 40 years old. She is currently legally married, and her husband and my client, they're trying to find a legal way.
Hello?
Is this Ms. Runnels? I'm sorry, I don't know who that is, Ms. Kim. You can proceed.
Yes, Your Honor. And right now, my client is working as a cashier at Family Dollar, and her husband is not employed. So she is the sole income earner, and she has 4 minor children, Your Honor. So every single penny she makes, they barely survive. That's why they are residing with their cousins, auntie, and also grandmother. That house is actually.
Her grandmother said she has permission to stay here.
Okay. Do not, whoever the Wiley family is, I'm happy to speak with you, but do not interrupt my court while someone else is speaking. Okay, I will give you the opportunity in a moment, but do not interrupt. Go ahead, Ms. Kim.
Yes, she is raising 4 minor children, and she graduated from high school in 2003. And ever since she graduated from high school, she's continuously educating herself. She got associate degree for medical office specialist, and recently, she also has a certification for information technology. And it is my client says that they are willing to move out, and it's just that they just need a little bit of time to find a place. They moved from California to Georgia last October 2025. And we asked for a signature on bond, Your Honor, and no further violent contact with the family members, the cousin, and Your Honor, I think it was just a little misunderstanding. And also, ASG Events Battle, I want to kind of like speak on behalf of my clients, because this is second client who claims that they got scammed of $1,200. Somebody called. She doesn't have any bond at this point, but someone contacted her husband and requested money and took $1,200 for a bond. So there's something going on here, and she's not the only one who got that kind of scamming. Today, we have 2 clients that already said, I'll send you more information later. But anyway, to make a long story short, we asked for signature on bond. Thank you.
Okay. Whoever that is at the Wiley family, if you would like to address the court, now is your opportunity to do so. Can you unmute yourself, please, and identify who you are?
Hello?
Okay. Yes, sir. So tell me who you are, sir.
I'm her husband,
What's your name?
Regis Wiley.
Okay, Mr. Wiley. If you would like to address the court, I need for you to raise your right hand for me. Do you swear from the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, I do.
Okay, you can place your hand down. What would you like to tell the court, Mr. Wiley?
Well, I was just trying to tell, like, when y'all say she couldn't stay here, her grandmother said she has permission to stay here.
Okay, where does Miss Reynolds stay?
You said where she stay or what? Hold on,
Where
one
does
second. 1 second. Here she right here.
Huh?
Okay, are you Miss Reynolds?
Yes, I am.
Okay, and what do you want to tell the court about this situation?
I really don't have. These kids just got.
Just stay on the subject. Just stay on the subject.
Huh?
Leah doesn't have permission to give. She don't have.
No, I don't want
Leah
anybody
don't
else.
have no permission. No.
I want you to tell me what you want, Miss Reynolds.
I want her to come home.
Do you own? Is that your home?
My name is on the
Homeowner.
It's huh?
Yeah, she the homeowner. Yeah.
Yes, I am.
Okay. Now, who called the police?
I have no slightest idea.
Do you know why they called the police?
Because of the dog, I think that they were fighting about the dog getting loose, and they got upset about that, as far as I know. But I was in my bedroom, so I wasn't outside with them.
Okay, and so did Miss Rocket? Did she hurt you?
No, nobody hurt me.
You have a witness.
Do you have any other victims?
Because she came into the house and I told her not to come in the house for them to be separate. And she did anyway, and that's when it all started.
Judge, if I may, I don't believe that is the victim. That may be the homeowner, who they allege to be the homeowner, but that is not the victim in the case. I believe that's a Miss Wiley.
I'm
So
sorry.
give me a second. Miss Evans Battle, who does the state allege is the victim in this matter?
Miss Reynolds is the victim, not Miss Wiley.
Her cousin, the one, the 20-year-old, the one that complained about being the victim.
She told me she was Miss Reynolds.
Her name is because she's adopted, so she got my last name.
Where is Aliyah Reynolds?
Aaliyah's at work.
Okay. And does Aaliyah live there?
Yes, she do.
All right. Thank you for being here this afternoon, ma'am. Anything else from Miss Evans Battle?
All right.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay.
All right. So it will be a $3,000 signature bond through pretrial level 1. No further violent contact with Ms. Reynolds or anyone in the Reynolds household. No drugs, alcohol, weapons while out on bond. Good luck to you all.
Position 34, Ms. Sandifer.
Good afternoon, Ms. Sandifer. You've been charged in case 26 CR 001885K with battery, family violence, and cruelty to children in the 3rd degree. Is there a history, Ms. Stallworth?
No, Your Honor, no history. Recommended UTR jail.
Thank you. Ms. Evans Battle?
Yes, Your Honor. This took place March the 20th at 3050 Martin Luther King Drive Southwest. Law enforcement responded to a domestic dispute at the location. The victim in the case is Yazid Shahab, Yazid, last name Shihab, who indicated that the defendant is the mother of his child and former girlfriend, had attacked him during a custody exchange. The child, MS, was present when this occurred as well. This was about 11, it looks like late at night, 11 p.m. at night. He went to pick up his daughter, and there was an argument. When he left, he noticed that she was following him. So he pulled over on the side of the road, and that was at that 3050 MLK Junior Drive location. He indicated that she exited the vehicle and attempted to open his passenger side door. He got out of the car and told her to back up, get away, and she tried. She was trying again. He moved her away from the car and said that she began punching him and scratching him, and the injuries were noted on the officers. It appeared his t-shirt was ripped as well during this time period. The bond recommendation in the case is for a $5,000 surety. That would be $2,500 on the battery, family violence, $1,500 on the cruelty to children. That she has no further contact with him. Stay away from his location. That third-party transfer needs to be a third-party transfer of the child for visitation. No alcohol, drugs, or weapons while on bond. Thank you.
If Mr. Shishavs is on the line and wishes to address the court, now is your opportunity. Ms. Kim?
Yes, Your Honor. identifier is 24 years young, Your Honor. She was born and raised here in Georgia, and this is clearly self-defense case. My client is 5'2", like 110 pounds, really petite. She's not there to like attack someone. She was just trying to protect herself. There was gonna be a recorded video footage, and there was also ATD camera for my client to prove. We will be sending out our investigator to get the footage of those to prove that she was actually protecting herself from the attacker. She graduated from high school 2020, and Your Honor, during the COVID, she got a associate degree, and she also went to trade school for cosmetology. Right now, she is working as a waitress to raise her one child, 8 months old. She's not married to a child's father, and who does not live with the child, and who does not pay any child support. My client is working really hard every day as a waitress to make a living with her 8-month-old child. We ask for signature on bond through pretrial level 1, and also she has no objection to no contact and stay away from that location. Thank you.
For the battery, it will be a $2,000 signature bond through pretrial level 1. For the cruelty, $1,000 signature bond through pretrial level 1. Makes for a total of a $3,000 signature bond through pretrial level 1. No further contact with the alleged victim. Stay away from the incident location. No drugs, alcohol, weapons while out on bond. Good luck,
Your
to you, ma'am.
Honor, Your Honor,
Yes. Yes.
this is her mother, Marlene Holmes. I do have some insight to this
Okay.
situation.
So hold on, Miss Marlene. I have already
Okay.
I've given your daughter a signature bond, so
Okay.
you all can, so she'll be getting out of custody. You all can litigate this down the road, okay?
Okay, no problem. Thank you.
All right, you're welcome.
All right.
Appreciate you being here.
Judge,
Okay.
would you allow for the third party transfer?
I'm gonna let them work that out in another court, because if the child if she's not married to the father and he's not been legitimated, then they'll have to work that out somewhere else.
Thank you, Your
Thank
Honor.
you.
Okay. All right, who do we have next?
Going back to number 6, Mr. Brown.
So did you all want to go off the YouTube feed for Mr. Brown? All I have is that somebody says that there's some MH issues. So
Right,
let's.
if we could go off the